everybody, and welcome to Champaign, Illinois. We're here on the campus of the University of Illinois Memorial Stadium, a beautiful facility to host this classic single-A matchup between the Carthage Blue Boys. They are undefeated and the defending state champions. They will take on the Galena Pirates, yet another 13-0 team in Class A. Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Collins, and I'm joined by former Bear Al Harris. Al, good to see you. You looking good?
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
I want to talk first of all about these two teams. What these two teams have is running games. Both teams solid on the ground all season long, both Galena and Carthage.
Well, Carthage is really a wing team. They like to do a lot of traps. They have a small line, so they do a lot of misdirection things to take advantage of their speed to get those big guys across the field they can hit back up on the inside. While you got Galena, although they run more of a wishbone, they run inside. They don't run the options as much on the outside. They like to take advantage of that big offensive line, 218 pounds.
Al, let's talk specifics. For Carthage, they have two main runners. One guy we're going to talk about, number 42, the stronger of the two, Curtis Bisbee.
Well, Eric Bisbee, he was a former offensive lineman for them. And this guy, you know, he goes to running back and he gets over, what, 1,400 yards? Very powerful guy, runs the inside traps very well, runs a lot of fullback dives.
Another good runner, but a slightly different style, is number 30, Wyatt Green.
Well, Wyatt Green, he's more of their slasher guy, more of an explosive guy. You can see by his average 8.7 yards per carry. Good cutback ability. He's going to put a lot of pressure on the outside.
For the Galena Pirates, they're going to need to get it done on the ground as well, but instead of having a two-headed monster, they go with one main guy, and it's Tom File. He's been awfully good all season.
Oh, man, File, you got to watch this guy. He's a long strider, but he has deceiving speed. He was a 100-meter champ in the conference last year, and you can tell by his average he's very explosive as well, but he's their primary threat on offense.
And the Pirates of Galena think they have a special weapon in number 27, Chris Pettigrew. He basically does it all, offense, defense, and special teams.
Pettigrew, number one, he led the team with 8 interceptions on defense, but that gives a lot of field position, obviously. But on offense, when you have a running game that may bog down in plus territory, this guy can kick field goals, 8 out of 12. So he's a threat, and he could be the difference in the game.
And Al, you said it best. We got a classic matchup right now to end the millennium. In 1997, the Galena Pirates, they won the Class 1A final. In 1998, the Carthage Blue Boys won it all. So right now, best 2 out of 3 to decide the millennium.
Oh, this is going to be fun, the first of many.
And we have another part of our broadcast team. He's down on the sidelines right now. He'll be there all weekend long. Our guy, Mitch Robinson. What do you got, Mitch?
Well, Eric, thanks a lot. You know, I will be down here getting the ins and outs and talking to both head coaches before the game. Kind of surprising. They said they were nervous. You wouldn't expect that from a head coach that's won 2 state titles in the last 4 years and one that won in '97, the Galena team. So the butterflies do affect everybody. We'll get to the game in just a moment, but first, let's kick it up to Jeff Fritzen for our starting lineups.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for today's Class 1A state championship game. First, the defense from Carthage High School. At left end, number 26, Ryan Robinson. Left tackle, number 56, Mark Jacob. Right tackle, number 70, Abe Huls. Right end, number 31, Willie Thompson. Linebacker, number 42, Curtis Bisbee. Linebacker, number 7, Chris Rogers. Linebacker, number 78, Adam Harrison. Defensive back, number 19, Mark Houston. Defensive back, number 25, Shea Redenius. Defensive back, number 30, Wyatt Green. And his safety, number 44, Josh Gunning. The Blue Boys are coached by James Unruh. And now the starting offense for Galena High School. At left end, number 24, Matt Snyder. At left tackle, number 66, Nate Schultz. At left guard, number 62, Corey Kaiser. At center, number 65, Jonathan Miller. At right guard, number 68, Mike Vincent. At right tackle, number 78, Jesse Dimke. At right end, number 1, Matt Weenan. The quarterback, number 8, Jamie Watson. Halfback, number 32, Tom File. At halfback, number 27, Chris Pettigrew. And at fullback, number 41, Mike Thole. The Pirates are coached by Charles Cordy.
Now let's take a look at how these teams got to Memorial Stadium. We pick it up first with the visiting team, Carthage. The road to Champaign has been a good one. They get an opening playoff win over Mendon. They beat them 14-7. And then it's a win over Palestine, 54-12, beating Lexington 26-7. The tough one, their last game, the semifinal game against Dakota, 14-12. As for Galena, well, strong as you would expect as well. Let's take a look at their road to Champaign. Galena getting off with an early 40-14 win against Yorkwood, 36-6 victory, then a 32-14 victory. Finally, a shutout in the semifinals, 30-0 over Milledgeville. Two top clubs getting ready for action. I'll send it back up to you now. Eric and Al, take it away.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mitch, and we are getting ready for football. Carthage will be the kicking off. Their kicker, who we've mentioned in the open, one of the better kickers you're going to find in any class throughout the state of Illinois. Chris Pettigrew, he will knock the ball off to begin the 1999 IHSA Football Championship. Today's officials, we have a crew representing the entire state. The umpire, Stephen DeClerc, the referee, John Foreman, the linesman, and Calvin Holland. We're just going to call him Calvin Holland. Line judge, Brian Kimbrough, and the back judge this afternoon is Daryl Strumming. Beautiful afternoon for football. 3 games will be played here at Memorial Stadium throughout the course of the day. 3 more games tomorrow. 46 degrees, negligible humidity. The forecast calls for no rain over the next couple of days. Wind out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour, negligible at best. Forecast mostly sunny and cool. A beautiful day for football, and we are off. Ball is tapped around down there. Picked up by Willie Thompson, and Willie Thompson making his way down the line. Oh, man, nice return there by Willie. All the way to the 50-yard line. 33 yards on that kickoff return.
Well, Eric, what happens sometimes when you fumble the ball, guys get out of their lane sometimes, and they pinch in and they go for the ball. You see Thompson takes advantage of that. It almost pops this all the way. That's one of the things you have to do. You have to stay in your lanes on kick coverage or it can hurt you. So
a good start to this 1999 state final championship game. And Carthage will be on defense. First run off tackle goes up the middle. Willie Thompson on the run.
Interesting. Got Thompson in there early.
Take a look at the jersey colors, just in case you're wondering about this. 2 teams with very similar uniforms. Carthage in white, while Galena is in blue. Galena with the football as we speak. They have the ball now on the 49-yard line of Carthage. Under center, Jamie Watson hands off to the short man right there. And about a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up a 3rd down early in the ball game. Let's take a look at the offensive starters for the Galena Pirates. Pirates 13-0 on the season. Their offensive line, Matt Snyder, left end, Nate Schultz, Corey Kaiser, and Jonathan Miller up front. Mike Vincent, Jason Dempke, and Matt Wienick rounded out. We'll take a look at the backs and receivers in just a moment to get started here, but a flag is called, and that'll probably give us more time to take a look at some of those offensive starters right there. If we could take another look at the backs and receivers who will be watching all afternoon long for Galena. Tom File, we mentioned him in the open. He is a strong runner, the senior halfback, number 32. Chris Pettigrew, you're going to find him all over the field in the defensive backfield as a receiver. Mike Stoll is the fullback, and Jamie Watson is their senior quarterback. 5-yard penalty right there will move Galena back. It is now 3rd down and 9 from their own 48-yard line. Watson under center, gets the ball. Quick handoff up the middle to Tom File, and he's not going anywhere. He is met and dropped back. They will not convert on 3rd down. Al?
Well, you know, at 3rd and long, you know, they want to do a draw. They're not a big passing team, so they want to keep it 3rd and short. When you get 3rd and long, you're not a big passing team. It's going to hurt you, and that's the one thing they went for, and it's hard to pick that up.
Converting on the tackle were Chris Rogers and Curtis Bisbee. They're the 2 main tacklers all season long for the Carthage defense, and now getting ready to punt the football will be Galena. For Galena, this is Chris Pettigrew. His punt goes down, and it's going to roll and go out of bounds at about the 26-yard line.
Out of bounds, 26-yard line.
Well, one of the things that you think about when a running team, you don't want to get 3rd and long if you're primarily a running team, because it's very tough. I mean, unless you have a guy averaging 10 yards a carry, you don't want to get behind that way. So you want to get, you know, 4 or 5 yards off that missile surge, keep it 3rd and short.
And now for the first time, the Carthage Blue Boys will take to the field their offense, that is. Jared Murphy underneath center. He will call out the signals. And it is a quick handoff right up the middle. Quick hitter right there. Not for too many yards. Curtis Bisbee just pumping forward for a couple of yards. 2nd down and 7 now. Let's take a look at the offense for Carthage. The Blue Boys, coached by James Unruh. Their offensive line, Chris Rogers at left end, Mark Jacob, their left tackle, Cole Craig, guard, and John Fink will be snapping the ball. He's the center. Abe Huls, the right guard, Ryan Shurry, the right tackle, and the right end is Willie Thompson. The backs and receivers, Wyatt Green, Ryan Thompson, Curtis Bisbee, the fullback, and Jared Murphy, the quarterback. Here's a handoff down the left side, bouncing off left tackle, and down at the 32-yard line was Ryan Robinson. Let's take a look at the Galena Pirate defense on the line. Nick Sproul, who was hurt last year, came back, had a strong year. He's left end. Dean Reddington, Joey Belkin, Jesse Dempke, he's an all-stater, and Nate Schultz. Linebackers, Mike Boland, John Rosenthal. Big 3rd down right here. Handoff goes to number 30, Wyatt Green. He tries right end, and he will not make it. He is stuck. So both teams 3 and out on their first series.
You notice the thing I've noticed about Carthage, Eric, they're trying to run on the outside because Galena's big on the inside, but Galena, it looks like they've game planned that, realizing that Carthage can't match up with them up front.
So now we will have a punt. It's kind of odd to kind of watch this develop, Al. It's not a lot of guys switch teams even when you get to special teams. Basically the same offenses out there, but now they're just in punt formation. Now the punt for Carthage. Willie Thompson knocks a deep one, a booming one over the head. Oh, man, and into the end zone.
That's a rocket.
That was an absolute bomb. So a good punt right there. 67 yards, they're telling us. But unfortunately, a net of just 47 as it rolls into the end zone. The ball will be on the 20-yard line when we return.
20-yard line.
We're back here at Memorial Stadium. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the expressed written consent of Fox Sports Net, Intersport, and the IHSA is strictly prohibited. And we have the enforcer, Al Harris, to make sure that no one does it.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're doing a little enforcing defensively on both teams right now. Neither team can establish their running game.
Both teams 3 and out. Now we begin the second series for the Galena Pirates. Jamie Watson, their quarterback. He's under center. First down and 10 on the 20-yard line. The handoff goes to Tom File, and File once again having a hard time getting things going in the early part of the ball game.
Carthage is getting after them. I mean, they're a small team, but they're very quick, and they're not going to give you a lot of open gaps. They're going to slant in there and give you some problems.
Tackle right there by number 78, Adam Harrison, a 6'2 sophomore. Harrison, the only sophomore that starts for the Blue Boys of Carthage on the defensive side. Second down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Watson, pitch to File. File going right. And once again, that good swarming defense by Carthage. They say that's the strength of their team, getting it done.
Speed. Speed. You look at Adam Harrison. He's a guy that he's very rangy. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, but he's been making a lot of plays so far from his outside linebacker.
Let's take a look at that defense for the Blue Boys. On the line, Ryan Robinson, Mark Jacob, Adam Huls, and Willie Thompson. Linebackers are Bisbee, Rogers, and Adam Harrison. And strong defensive backfield. Mark Houston, Shea Redinas, Wyatt Green, and Josh Bremming. Third down. Lateral right there, out wide to Chris Pettigrew. Does he get it? Oh, yes, he will, and more. Good play right there. That was a lateral out.
Yeah, that's definitely a lateral. What you're trying to do, you're trying to take advantage of your big guys and get them out there on a quick screen. This is something you see in the pros. The Bears have run a lot. Chicago Bears run a quick screen to the outside. Pettigrew, great athlete out there. And just get those linemen and receivers out front and let him get his head down and get some yardage.
Good tackle by Wyatt Green, or else a little bit of trouble was going to develop for the Galena Pirates, but they do get the first down of the ball game. First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Watson hands it to the upback. Big hole right there for Mike Cole. He pounds his way forward. Good gain on first down. Wyatt Green again on the stop.
Well, on the inside, you got some big guys in there. You got Jonathan Miller at 204 pounds. Corey Kaiser at 239. They're just going to root some holes in there. And you allow your back to get through their file. And that's what you want to do when you got big people up front to take advantage of their size.
We're just getting started right now. The football is now blowing off the field. Looks like we will have to have a little bit of delay as the ball gets reset on the line. It is a second down and 2 on the 44-yard line. For the best drive of the day so far for either team. Jamie Watson under center. The pitch to File. He goes wide right, and he is knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down. Knocked out of bounds by Wyatt Green. That's his third tackle of the game.
That was a nice force by Wyatt Green coming up there to keep it from doing further damage against them. They look like they're trying to attack the right side there. Get some movement on there. They've went like 3 or 4 times in a row, it seems like, except for that hit up the middle.
So another first down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Galena threatening to go on the other side of the field for the first time. 2 consecutive first downs, and they are in business. Galena on the season 13-0, looking for their second championship in 3 years. Watson hands off, this time to his fullback, Cole. Cole up to the 49-yard line. Let's go down to Mitch Robinson on the sidelines. Mitch, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, you know, no one will deny making a state championship is big time. So big time, in fact, the guys, the coaches aren't used to dealing with TV. During our TV timeout, they didn't know they were allowed to go on the field, talk to their players, and game plan and give them drinks. It was pretty funny until they realized right before we got back from the break. So I'm sure they'll be ready for the next commercial break, guys.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, they should be used to it. They've been in the state championship in each of the last 2 years. There's a quick handoff to Tom File. File going up the middle, pile driving his way to the other side of the field for the first time in the ball game. It'll be a third down.
Well, File, he weighs 183 pounds, but he's deceptively strong. He's a very powerful guy. Now, you watch, when he gets the first contact, he's going to keep his feet driving and the shoulders low, and watch him power through there. And that's part of being a good back. It's not only getting through the hole when it's wide open, but can you make those extra yards after you get hit in your first contact?
On the year, File over 1,500 yards, a 7.8-yard average per carry, highlighted by a 78-yard long run on the year. Now we're ready to go. 3rd and 4. Quick handoff up the middle. File once again, this time lowering the head. I believe he got another first down.
Eric's going to be very close, but this is what they want to do. They want to establish some dominance up front. They got a smaller defense that Carthage has. Carthage is basically going to slam. You know, it's a first down there, but they're basically going to slant. They're going to try to get a lot of penetration in there because they don't want people just manning up on them, just pushing them back. So they're going to move their guys, slant them this way or that, so they don't get Galena doesn't get a clean shot at them.
Al, it is indeed a first down, so 3 consecutive first downs on this drive, and they have gone all the way to the 43-yard line of Carthage. So that offense really kind of getting into gear right now. Here's the snap. Once again, a handoff. And on the 32, Tom File this time finds the going a little bit tough, and he is met and stopped for a short gain.
I think he had Curtis Bisbee in there, number 42. He's their leading tackler. You know, he has 6 sacks during the season, and they need him to step up to the forefront. They need someone to stop the momentum right now, please.
Bisbee, 111 tackles on the season. He now has 2 in the ball game. Well, where do you go for all the latest and greatest information on your favorite Illinois high school team or athlete? Well, next time, log on and check out www.ihsa.org. Second down and 10. Quick handoff once again, and great defensive pressure, and stopped in the backfield is Mike Cole.
So you get Brian Robinson coming from his left side. Remember we talked about penetration? Watch the penetration coming from your left side of the screen. Number 26, Brian Robinson. He comes up there and immediately gets behind Foles that he has no chance to get his power going. Foles are fullback, more of a strong guy. But great play by Robinson, number 26.
They don't use that fullback very often. He carried just 54 times during the regular season for 271 yards. Just kind of a change of pace guy, but they try and use him there, and to no avail. Big third down at 10. It's going to be a pass, the second pass of the ball game, and it is short. Comes up just shy of his receiver. Tom File looping out of the backfield, not able to scoop that one up. And interesting decision right now. I guess they're going to have to punt it away.
They're going to have to punt because neither team has a great passing game. So you don't want to take a chance right now and give the team extra field position at this point. So you definitely want to punt it.
Early in the ball game, 2:35 remaining in the first period of play, 0-0. Galena versus the Carthage Blue Boys, the final of the Class 1A final. Back to punt, as we mentioned. Chris Pettigrew, one of the best punters in the entire state. First punt of the day, second punt of the day. End over end. Oh, man, look at that. Al, just like we were talking about, such a dangerous weapon. That ball's going to be stopped, dropped dead at the 6-yard line.
And you know what? The punt returner for Carthage looked like he had a chance to field that ball, but maybe as a rule inside the 10 not to touch it, but it looked like it came right to him. But that's why Pettigrew's all-state.
37 yards on that punt. That's exactly what his average is throughout the course of the year. Let's take a look at that punt one more time. Al, show us how you got it done.
Well, he almost got it blocked, first of all. But watch the punt returner here. Green, it looks like Green had a shot at it. Wyatt Green, number 30, but he didn't go after it, and it cost him some field position.
So now Carthage back on offense. Give it to the up back, and he is met. But not before he picks up a couple of yards. I believe that's Curtis Bisbee on the carry.
Now, Corley, he feels that Bisbee's the key to their offense. Even though they're small, he feels Bisbee's the key to stopping Carthage because Bisbee runs inside really well, and they feel like if they get that inside game established, they can do a lot of other things off of him. So Galena's going to be keying on him today.
Bisbee, after a 3-yard gain, he is tackled. Second down and 7 on the 10-yard line. A little bit of deception right there. Who has the ball? Oh, man, good play right there. Wyatt Green, he's off to the races. Who's going to stop it? Is he out of bounds? Yes, he is. A great run by Wyatt Green all the way to the Galena side of the field. Great bit of deception right there. Fooled basically everyone.
That's what we're talking about. You get the fullback going on in the inside, and you do a quick handoff, a little deception there. Green takes off with that speed, and he's off to the races.
35-yard gain all the way to the 45-yard line. Stepped out of bounds, or else he would have had a even bigger gain than that. So Wyatt Green gets the big break right there for Carthage, gets them out of a hole. 1st and 10 on the 45. Looks like it's going to be a pass. Oh, man, got a man open, but broken up. Good defensive play. That's kind kind of uncharted territory, Al. They don't pass the ball very often.
It is, but when you're in a state championship game, you're going against a team that's just as good as you. You got to take chances, and Unruh did, play action. You get a good run off of that, have guys coming up on the run. Murphy's not used to throwing the ball, so he underthrew that a bit. Nice defensive play there.
Tom File, we saw him do it on offense. Now he's doing it on defense. 2nd down and 10. Under center, Jared Murphy. Quick handoff to the first man through the hole, Curtis Bisbee, and Bisbee, a good game. Looks like another first down, so a gain of about 11, maybe 12 for Curtis Bisbee.
They're like a prize fighter here right now. They go on the outside, have the team thinking about the outside. Quick hitter inside to Bisbee. No one's there. Everyone's playing the outside after Green hurt him there. And it's funny to see that against a big defensive line like Galena.
2nd first down of the ball game for the Blue Boys. Quickly now. Looks like a little bit of mix-up in the backfield. Finally gets the ball to Wyatt Green, and Green is going to be tackled for a loss. Kind of a whole caravan of guys just grab him up and throw him out of bounds.
Well, one of the things that Jared Murphy's known for is great ball handling skills. He's a very smart guy. He rides the fullback well, but this time he may have rode him a little bit too far and almost caused a fumble back there.
Tackle on the play made by Joey Belkin. That's his 3rd stop of the game. Belkin getting it done from the middle of the defense. He's the nose tackle, but he's showing a lot of range. 2nd down and 12 from the 45-yard line. 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Looks like Green got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. That could hurt him.
Now a handoff to Bisbee right up the middle, and Bisbee this time gets the lost yardage back, but not too much more. Pick up of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
See, this is very crucial. They need positive yards, 3 to 4 yards at least a clip on each ball possession. Now it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. They have a quarterback that's only thrown for 493 yards the whole year. So they're definitely at a disadvantage here. If they throw anything, I'd imagine it'd be kind of a quick screen. You don't want Murphy throwing the ball downfield too much if you can possibly help it.
For that one play, Gabe Pettit replaced Wyatt Green in the backfield, but now Green is back on the field. 3rd down and 8 from the 41, and we will not have time to get that play off, as that sound of the whistle signals the end of the first period of play. So we have a scoreless first half here at Memorial Stadium, 0-0, but Carthage on the move. Welcome back. We have 1 quarter in the books. We move to the 2nd quarter, 0-0. The Carthage Blue Boys and the Galena Pirates in the state final game of Class 1A. 3rd down and 8 from the 41-yard line. Jared Murphy underneath center. Hands off to Curtis Bisbee right at the middle. I'm sorry, goes to Wyatt Green, and Green fighting his way. He may have enough. This is going to take a measurement, but Wyatt Green may have gotten his 8, maybe 9 yards.
Might be maybe a little tiny bit short. It'd be interesting to see if they go for it on 4th down here. But talking about this is Murphy's ability to ball handle. Very well. The quarterback, see the nice fake. I mean, it faked us out up here, and he handed off to Green there. But see, that's part of that's what makes them go. Is I mean, when you got a ball handler like Jared Murphy who can handle that ball really well, that's a great part of the wing tee, deceiving people and getting the ball to the right guys at the right time.
Now, when I said that Bisbee had the ball, he probably did have the ball for maybe like a half a second.
Oh,
he pulled the ball out of his gut and gave it to Wyatt Green.
Fooled me on the replay.
And after the next minute will be a first down, so another first down for the Carthage Blue Boys as they continue their drive. They're now in the 32-yard line. Now let's take a look at those first quarter stats. Not a lot of surprise. Just 2 teams just kind of feeling themselves out in the first quarter.
Galena with the ball control edge there, but basically they're, pretty much even.
Big stat that we've noticed, Carthage began their 2 drives an average of their own 12-yard line, while Galena, winning the battle of field position, they averaged to start on their own 34. 1st and 10. Handoff to good old number 26. Ryan Robinson bangs his way right up the gut. Ryan Robinson, their flanker, getting his first carry of the ball game. And he goes all the way down to the 27-yard line.
Robinson, we saw him on defense. He's a tough player, and he goes on this fake to the fullback and just brings a wing around there. Nice play on the inside. Good gap.
Gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 from the 27-yard line. 0-0. Carthage and Galena. But Carthage on the move. Hand off to Bisbee right up the gut. And Bisbee having a hard time being tackled right there by Galena. It takes about 7 guys, and he's never actually tackled. He's just stopped.
Bisbee refuses to go down. He's trying to make a statement here. He said, you guys are going to have to bring the house to bring me down.
3rd down and 3 after that gain of 2. 10th play of the drive. Getting ready to happen right now. 3rd down, 3. Jared Murphy sets his offense. Hand off to Wyatt Green. Green around right end. Punches his way forward, gets the first down, but wait, it's contingent. We see a flag down on the field. Let's see what it's going to be.
Well, he ran into Ryan Robinson there. He might have went the distance if he didn't run into Ryan Robinson. As you'll see, number 26, Green's going to get the ball, and you'll see Robinson trying to block, and all of a sudden he'll collide into him.
Preliminary signal is it's going to be against the Carthage Blue Boys, so the first down will be negated.
I'm wondering if they're going to call that against Robinson for pulling Green. I mean, it looked like he pulled him a little.
You are absolutely right, Al. It's assisting the runner is the penalty. I think you got a good angle of what just happened right there.
Now watch here at the end. Watch Robinson. He's going to actually pull him.
On the offense.
Just helping
Still
a friend.
3rd down.
So assisting the runner is the call, and that means the first down is nullified. They don't have it, but they do have the ball spotted now on the 23. It'll be a 3rd down and 1, so just a short ways to go for the first down. Carthage gets set. Murphy hands off to Bisbee, and Bisbee has it and more. He'll continue until he gets to the 16-yard line, so another first down for the Blue Boys.
Well, Chuck Horty dreaded playing Carthage because Carthage had so many different ways to attack you off that wing tee. They can attack you on the inside and the outside, you know, and Wyatt Green, he's a big-time runner. Both of these runners are right around 1,400 yards, so they're a two-headed monster.
First down and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. Robinson split towards the right. Hand off to Wyatt Green. Green has room. He will get to the 11 before he's gang tackled. But Wyatt Green and Bisbee really starting to flex their muscles in this drive.
And you know what? I think a big key on this, too, is Murphy, the way he's handling the ball off. I got faked out again on that play. I mean, just watch his ball handling. Very adept. Watch that. It looks like the fullback has the ball, but Green comes in there, and that's very hard to see, and that's a big key there. Murphy doing a fine job with ball distribution.
Tackle made by Jason Dimke. He's an all-stater. That's just his first tackle of the ball game. As it gives to Bisbee, and Bisbee punches it out. Close to the first down. I don't believe he has it. It'll be 3rd and 1, looks like.
Well, I think if you're Galena, the big key right now is you got to stop the momentum. You might have to come up with a blitz or a penetrating play here to disrupt that timing in the backfield.
They're calling it 3rd down and 2. The ball on the 8-yard line. We're in the second quarter. 9 minutes remain. 0-0, but Carthage threatening. Hand off to Wyatt Green. Green around right end. He's got room. Corner of the end zone. Touchdown for the Carthage Blue Boys. Wyatt Green seals it, gets the 8-yard touchdown run, and 6-0. Carthage takes the lead.
You know, on that play, you had best player on best player. You had File of Galena playing defense on that play against Wyatt Green. And Wyatt Green just overpowered him. He just put the stiff arm on him.
So Carthage, after going 3 and out the first time they had the football, put on an extended drive this time around. They'll march all the way down the field and cap it off with an 8-yard touchdown run by Wyatt Green. Now they're going to go for 2 right here. This isn't unusual. Going for 2, the handoff to Wyatt Green. Looks like he wants to pass. Back to the end zone. The conversion is good. 2 points. Catch by Chris Rogers. So an 8-0 lead for Carthage. A little bit of deception, but it worked just fine for the boys from Carthage. 8-0. And if folks from Galena weren't awake yet, they're awake now.
Oh, yeah. This is Wyatt Green. He can do it all. I mean, first you watch him on the touchdown run. I mean, watch this. This is, you know, the 2 best players probably on both teams. Green against File. File tries to wrap him up. Green just shakes him off and just powers through the tackles. And then not only is he powerful, he can also throw the ball. I watch him look back. He sees Chris Rogers there. Nice, fine throw. This guy is a multi-threat. He's going to be a lot of problems for Galena today.
So Wyatt Green accounts for all 8 of the points scored by Carthage. 6 on the run. And he contributes on the pass to Chris Rogers for the 2-point conversion. Carthage 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions on that drive. That was the key for them getting into the end zone and putting 8 points on the board. So Galena, they will have to try and answer. Galena 13-0 on the year. The last time they lost was in the state semifinals last year to Sterling Newman. Sterling Newman eventually went on and lost to Carthage in the final. So a 13-game winning streak on the line for Galena.
Yeah, it is. It'll be interesting to see how Galena comes back. Now they got their nose bloodied a little bit. They're down 8-0. How do they come back after the momentum has swung towards Carthage's favor?
Willie Green does the kicking off for Carthage. Willie Green also can be found on the defensive line. There's also an end on offense. So a lot of these guys wearing a number of different hats here in single-A football. You're taking a look at Galena coach Chuck Cortsey. He's seen a lot. He's been a head coach at Galena for 12 years. A record of 112 and 27 in his career. Here's the kick, end over end. Not a thing of beauty, but it gets the job done. Not much running room right there. Maybe that was strategy, a high kick, and not a lot of room to run. Just a 4-yard return. Yep. Adam Harrison making the stop. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the scoring drive. First one of the ball game for either team, the Carthage Blue Boys. Well, they go 93 yards on 14 plays, as we mentioned, 3 for 3 in third down conversions. The drive took 5 minutes and 32 seconds, I'm sorry. 8:47 remaining in the second quarter. 8-0 Carthage. Galena with the football. Jamie Watson, hands off. File with the football, and Tom File spinning his way out close to a first down, a gain of 8, maybe 9. Tackle made by Adam Harrison, his 5th of the ball game.
You know, looking at Tom File's demeanor there, he looks like he's mad by missing that tackle, and he says, you know what, if you can run physical at me, I'm going to run physical at you. Watch him come through there, and boom, I mean, he's coming through there with a lot of authority, good spin move, and I mean, he's running forward. He has him in 2nd and short.
2nd down and 2, ball on the 38-yard line. Jamie Watson barks out the signal. Handoff. This time the File once again. He has the first down and more. He keeps going until he's finally brought down by Mark Houston. Houston with the stop, but a first down for Galena. So they're playing, looks like they're playing mad right now, Al.
Yeah, look at him. You can see right now Tom File is mad. You can tell he's mad about missing that tackle, and he's coming after people now. Watch just a quick hitter up the good feet, good shuffle there, but he's powering his way through there, making big plays.
They're threatening to go over midfield. 1st and 10. Fake handoff. They're going to pass the football. It's a bomb. Pass is caught. A completion to Mark Weenan. Mark Weenan makes the catch, just his 13th catch of the season, but it's good for a large chunk of yardage, 29 yards. And that ball will go all the way down to the 26-yard line.
But the key you don't see here is File's block. They do a play action. Watch Mark File come up there and take on Robinson. That's the key to the play right there. Gives Watson a chance to air it out. Nice catch.
First down and 10. Hand off to File. File stuck immediately, forces the way out for a 3-yard gain.
You know, File's taking over this game right now. I mean, he's taken over not only from running the ball, but blocking as well. And that's part of a dominant football player, and he's showing why he was an all-stater.
Believe it or not, Tom File didn't start as a junior. He's a senior now, but last year he didn't start. He played a lot, led the team in rushing, but he wasn't a starter. They have a rich tradition where, for the most part, seniors start exclusively for Galena, and Tom File just had to wait his turn. 2nd down and 7, ball on the 22. Watson takes the hand up. He's going to throw again. Looks deep. Is there anyone there? Oh, no, just a Carthage defender, and he cannot hold on to the football. Oh, a little break right there for Galena. Looks like Wyatt Green had that ball in his hands and just couldn't hang on.
Wyatt Green, I'd stay away from that guy. That guy is a big play player. You know, they do a play action fake once again. Watson throws into double coverage, and he's very fortunate this wasn't picked off here. Nice play by Weenan. No, that's not Weenan. Snyder to break that up.
3rd down at 7. Ball on the 22. Watson, the handoff. File, not enough. They get down to the 19-yard line, but they will still be short of the first down. Decision time now for Chuck Cordy and the Galena Pirates.
Well, you got the best field goal kicker in the state probably, or one of the best, Pettigrew. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be kicking this ball.
Looks like they will. They make a couple of changes. And yes, they will. They break the huddle looking like maybe they're just going to go for it on 4th down, but instead they will line up for the field goal. The holder is the quarterback, Jamie Watson, and Chris Pettigrew going to attempt the field goal. The whistle blows, and we're going to wait a moment before we make this field goal attempt, and maybe Galena just caught a huge break.
How could you?
A penalty on Carthage will give Galena the first down. So a massive break right there. You go from a possible field goal to a guaranteed first down and 4 more downs to play with.
Huge break. I mean, they didn't even have a chance to snap the ball, and they were offsides. That's a big break.
Oh, so Chuck Forty rubbing that rabbit foot on the sidelines. He's a happy man right now. First down at 10, ball on the 14-yard line. New life for the Pirates. See what they can do with it. Jamie Watson, the handoff to Chris Pettigrew. Maybe they felt bad. He didn't get a chance to kick it, so they're going to give him a handoff. Pettigrew, a nominal gain of 3 to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, 160 pounds. There's a little power in there. A little leg drive. He's doing a good job on that one.
Pettigrew, just a junior. Caught 15 passes during the regular year. Rushed for 559 and 12 touchdowns. 15 touchdowns combined with his 3 touchdowns receiving. Second down at 7. Galena threatening for the first time in the ballgame. Hand off the File, going to run right end, and Wyatt Green getting it done. That's a matchup of what we saw the other end of the field when File got run over by Wyatt Green and route for the touchdown.
That's the same thing I just pictured in my mind, the same thing you said. It's best player against best player there. Green against File. Now watch Green come out there, number 30, scrapes off. Green has a little help there, but he does a good job getting his shoulders in there to stop File's initial momentum, and he gets some help from Rogers.
And now Carthage may get a little help from the shoe gods. Looks like Tom File is going to miss this play. His shoe came off, and he had a hard time putting it on, so he is not on in this 3rd and 6. The handoff goes to Chris Pettigrew. He is stuck immediately, spins for a couple of yards, but he won't get enough for the first down. He is stopped by Willie Thompson. Thompson with his 4th tackle of the ball game, combining with Abe Huls. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 5 from the 9-yard line. So if they do go for the field goal now, at least they're in a lot better shape.
They're in a lot better shape, and it looks like Carthage got a break back, but File was out there with a shoe problem. So
they will go for the field goal once as we mentioned, Jamie Watson, the holder. He's the quarterback. Chris Pettigrew will kick the field goal, at least attempt the field goal. The ball will be spotted on the 15. Oh, and I think it may have happened once again. At least the flag is thrown. We'll see who it's on. Looks like the preliminary call is on Galena.
Yeah, their left side of their line. You know, Carthage tried to get them to jump. They were throwing their hands up there.
Have a dead ball, false start on the offense.
So that'll move the field goal back another 5 yards. Instead of being a 25-yarder, it is now going to be a 30-yarder.
Got to hold your water up front.
Pettigrew has been good from 43 on the year. The snap, the hold, the kick. Straight as a string. But Pettigrew lives up to his pedigree.
He kicked that thing way into the stands. That guy looked like he kicked that for 50 yards.
So Galena, they finally get on the board with 4:32 remaining. In the second quarter, it is now 8-3. The Carthage Blue Boys on top of the Pirates of Galena.
I tell you what, Eric, that really hurt him with File being out on that play because he's a big threat. So, I mean, that possibly could have been the difference between establishing another first down. So a big break for Carthage on that as well.
Mitch Waite years ago. We're back here at Memorial Stadium here in Champaign, Illinois. Second quarter action, 4:32 remaining. 8-3, the Carthage Blue Boys on top of the Galena Pirates. Kicking the ball off for Galena will be their field goal kicker, Chris Pettigrew. Pettigrew just nailing a 30-yard field goal, one shy of the Class 1A state record. Good kick all the way down to the 3-yard line, caught by Wyatt Green. Green trudges upfield, sees his seam, and finally stops at the 33-yard line. So a good return right there by Green.
I tell you what, if I'm Carthage, I'm getting the ball to Green every chance I get. This guy is Mr. Excitement. Every time he touches the ball, you think something's going to go to distance. So definitely want to get the ball in his hands.
The kicker, Chris Pettigrew, making the stop, combining with Mike Stoll. Stop Wyatt Green. First down at 10, ball on the 32-yard line. Jared Murphy, as we mentioned, the quarterback, very deceptive with the ball. Hands off to Curtis Bisbee, and Bisbee tries the middle. Not much there.
See, this is where Galena needs to make a stand, make it second and long, that you can run some more defenses in your favor. You know, you want to get Carthage throwing the football. They're not strong in it. Murphy's not a very strong thrower. So you definitely want to get him in this long yardage situation.
Murphy completed just 25 passes on the year. Second down at 9, ball on the 33. Murphy hands off to Wyatt Green. Green tries the right end, nothing there. And once again, 2 consecutive running plays, and both times nominal gain.
Yep. They're getting some penetration there now. Nick Sproul, number 64, came in there and made a good play on Green. You're going to see Sproul come in there from the left side of your screen. 64, see him right there? Good position. He gets his legs wrapped up. Also Reddington, number 73, Dean Reddington, also made a good play.
Third down and 8, ball on the 34-yard line. You think this may be a passing down. Let's see what they do. They hand off to Wyatt Green, and Green finds room, and he will have enough for a first down. Good, strong run right there. A little bit of deception. They had Ryan Robinson running the fake reverse. They didn't hand it to him. Instead, Wyatt Green finds enough for the first down after a gain of 9.
Why not give it to Wyatt Green? He averages 8.7 yards a carry. Nice counter OT there, bringing the 2 guards around. He runs right through the arm tackle there, a Sproul, and he carries File down the field like 3 to 4 yards. This guy is powerful.
Hand off to Bisbee, but whistles blow. Looks like someone may have left a little bit early for Carthage.
I think the left guard was offside. Number 60. Craig, I think. Cole Craig.
Carthage, Biz moving
That was
back.
dead ball. False start. Offense.
That'll make it first and 15 from the 38. Well, folks, high school hoops tips off this Sunday at the inaugural Blue Cross Blue Shield Classic. Providence St. Mel battles Whitney Young. Westinghouse takes on Peoria Richwoods, and Chicago Julian plays Peoria Manual. Live coverage of all 3 games starts Sunday at noon, only on Fox Sports Net. First down at 15. Second quarter action, 2:54 and counting remaining before the half. Hand off to Bisbee. Hand off to Wyatt Green.
This guy is like a magician. Jared Murphy is a magician handling the football. He's a treat to watch. I mean, this guy, it's hard to tell. He has the football a lot of times, the way he disguises it. You can see that effect in Galena on the field. I mean, I'm looking at that, and I'm like, man, who has the ball?
You can see it affecting me here in the press box.
He's doing a great job.
It's actually Ryan Robinson on that carry right there. Gain of 4 for Robinson. Second and 11. Hand off this time to Bisbee, I am sure, and Bisbee punches his way out to about the 45.
Oh, boy, I think people would say, are you checking these guys for glasses? But I tell you what, Galena's having a hard time as well finding who has the football. So, I mean, Murphy, he's not a threat throwing the football, but he can handle the rock.
Murphy, 6 feet, 1 inches tall, 160 pounds, so he's reed thin. Senior, as we mentioned, just threw 25 times on the year. With 4 touchdowns. Third down and 8. Hand off to Robinson. Robinson around left end, and nothing doing. Good defensive stop right there. The surge. He's met by Dean Reddington and others, and that will force the punt.
Mike Thole came in there, number 41. You watch Mike Thole come up. He's going to come up from the outside, number 41. You'll see him shoot up in there. Boom, makes a good initial hit. They keep their feet driving. Rosenthal, number 54, was in there as well. They needed that stop.
1:31 remaining in the first half, and a timeout is called on the field.
First Aid Center,
Looks like Galena is trying to save as much time as possible. They can try and get another score before the half. Mitch Robinson's on the sidelines. Mitch, what do you got for us?
Well, Eric and Al, be sure everyone stays with us at halftime. We'll be talking with some members of the IHSA, talking about the high school playoffs and what's going on here all weekend long. Also, a recap of the first half highlights. It's been a good one so far, a grinded-out, tough battle in this 1A state championship. Eric, Al, that's what's coming up at halftime.
Thanks, Mitch. Mitch is going to be around. I guarantee he's the hardest working man in town over the next couple of days. Mitch will be working the sidelines for each of the final games. The 6 games for Mitch Robinson. So He's going to lose a couple of pounds and probably lose a lot of sweat in the next couple of days with all the hustle.
He's definitely earning his pay this week.
Not that he needs to. Good-looking guy. Big
Mitch
fan.
looks nothing like that, that's for sure. That guy there has a little weight problem. That mascot. Mitch is very trim and slim.
4th down and 8. Willie Thompson on to punt the ball away. Thompson has it blocked. A blocked punt. Blocked by Tom File, and it looks like wonderful field position for the Galena Pirates. The Tom File making up possibly for that missed tackle defensively a couple of series ago. Blocks that punt and gives Galena wonderful field position.
Well, Tom File, as you can see, he's their emotional leader. Remember, we talked about the 2 best players, Green and File, and they're both trying to put their mark on the game. File's going to come from the left side, gets that hand up there, blocks it.
Finally recovered by Jesse Dempsey. So Galena makes their own break right there. They have the ball on the 39-yard line. A pass to start things off on 1st and 10. Good defensive pressure, going to his right and completing the pass down the sideline. Just over the 1st down marker. Good catch by Chris Pettigrew. Pettigrew makes the 11-yard reception. Pettigrew led the team in catches on the year, picks up his 2nd catch of the game.
Well, Robinson comes there and he melts the File right there. He brings it down, and he's chasing Watson outside. Watson does a good job of throwing on the run there to Pettigrew, and he does a fine job keeping his feet in bounds, getting the 1st down as well.
And also goes out of bounds after making the catch. That stops the clock. 1:16 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Watson wants to pass again. This time, hits File out of the backfield. File making moves and gets about 5 or 6 before he's finally brought down at the 24-yard line. Curtis Bisbee making the tackle.
You also had Adam Harrison, number 78, coming in there, riding him like a Bronco steer there or something. Did a good job of tackling Mr. File. File is tough.
And they will call timeout. That's the 2nd timeout burned by the Pirates. So they want to save as much time on the clock as possible. 58 seconds remaining. They are now on the 24-yard lines. They trail 8-3. Well, if you're looking for behind-the-scenes peek at Chicago's sports scene, well, then you need full access. This week, Norm Van Leer goes one-on-one with Bulls head coach Tim Floyd. Plus, the Hawks want to know if you're one of them. All that and more on Full Access tomorrow at 1:30, only on Fox Sports Net. It says that Norm Van Leer and Tim Floyd are going one-on-one.
I know. I was thinking about that. I don't know if I'd want to go with Storm and Norman one-on-one at any time.
Those razor-sharp elbows. Indiscriminate about how he uses those elbows. Eric Collins, Al Harris joining you. Single A championship game, Galena versus Carthage.
You got 58 seconds left here before halftime. 2nd and about, what, 5?
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 is going to be a big series here for Galena. They can get on the board and get on top here. Make a couple of nice plays.
They trail by 5. They allowed a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to Carthage. They have a field goal, a 30-yarder by Chris Pettigrew for themselves. And they trail 8-3. Jamie Watson under center. Throws a screen, almost picked off. Nice catch right there, good move. And all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Hernandez.
But not before at the 15-yard line.
Now watch the quick screen there. Nice cutback ability.
Joey Belkin on the reception. Jamie Watson once again looking to pass. This time, not a good pass at all. It's picked off. Interception by Mark Houston with the interception, and he will return it all the way back past the 20-yard line. So it looked to be a promising drive for Galena. Ends up with the interception.
Yeah, what you're going to see here, now watch. To the right, number 24 is wide open, Snyder. But Watson doesn't see him, and because he doesn't throw a lot, you can get into problems like this. Get a turnover.
So Mark Houston picks that ball up and effectively ends the drive and ends the first half for both these teams, as Carthage is just going to down the football the rest of the way.
See, that's what happens when you don't throw the football a lot. That can happen. You see a guy wide open, and you're not used to recognizing guys downfield. Watson didn't see Snyder wide open, just going across the middle. That hurt him.
Kind of a tough situation. They only had one timeout left to play. The ball, you run a chance of not getting the ball again to snap it again. So basically caught with their hand in the cookie jar as they try to pass their way towards Pater. And that'll do it for the first half of play in the first game of 6 championship games here at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. At the half, the score, Carthage 8 and Galena 3. We will have halftime right here, and our man, Mitch Robinson, is waiting on the sidelines. Mitch, take it away, my friend.
Thanks a lot, Eric. Here with Carthage head coach Jim Unruh. And coach, you got to be happy. You got the 8-3 lead. Not a lot of points, but other than a turnover and the offsides that kept their drive alive, you guys have controlled the game.
Well, I think we're playing very well right now. I think going into this game, both teams had outstanding defenses. You know, we had 6 returning starters from last year's state championship team. We knew defense would carry us, and so far we're in good shape.
I noticed neither team really enjoying to put it up that much. Is the wind a factor down here? Because it feels a little breezy.
Well, I think the wind is a factor for them more than us. We don't normally throw very much anyway. You know, we threw only one time in our semifinal game. So, you know, we're doing the same thing that got us here.
Any changes for that you anticipate to make during the halftime?
Well, we'll probably make some little bit of changes, but the big thing we'll do is just talk to the players, get after it.
And get Wyatt Green some rest so he can get in here in the third quarter, right?
You betcha. He's running awfully hard. We got to just keep giving him the football.
Good luck in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Eric, Al, back to you.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, the big drive of the game, a 93-yard march towards Pater for the Carthage Blue Boys. They get the 2-point conversion, and they are up 8-3 at the half. We'll have much more halftime festivities when we return here to Memorial Stadium. But for now, let's take a quick break. Once again, Carthage on top of Galena by a score of 8-3. Welcome back to IHSA Championship Football, the Class A title game. The Carthage Blue Boys on top of the Galena Pirates by a score of 8-3. Eric Collins joined by former Chicago Bear Al Harris. And Carthage looking to get that repeat. They won it in 1998. Looks like they're having a good job offensively right now to try and get that repeat for them.
Well, they are, and they're led by Wyatt Green. I mean, this guy, everything he does, he touches the ball. He's making positive yards, so Galena has to get a handle on him.
What do you see as the key to the second half for both these teams offensively?
Well, I think, you know, Carthage is in good shape right now because they're running the flanks. You know, they're taking advantage of their speed. They're getting Green out there. You know, so they need to keep doing what they're doing there. I think Galena needs to get the ball in the Files' hand, obviously, a lot more. Although they have a little better passing game, they don't want to do that too much. So they have to get their physical presence established, pushing and wearing out Carthage.
Are you surprised that it's been so low scoring, just 2 scores for both teams, or a score for both the teams?
No, not really, because neither one of them are great passing offenses, and that's how you can make up a bunch of yards in a hurry. So they got 2 good defenses. You're talking about both of these teams are, what, 13-0? So they're going to be tough. It's going to be a tough, close, hard-fought ball game.
And as we talked about in the open, neither of these teams can afford to get down too much because we saw what happens when they have to pass.
Oh, yeah. You know, they want to keep, you know, second and third and short. They don't want to get third down and 8 to 10, or they're going to have a lot of problems.
Galena did have one break that they can probably be happy about when they go to the locker room. They were going to have to take a longer field goal. They had a penalty on Carthage, so they moved it a little bit closer. They eventually had to settle for a 30-yard field goal, but for Chris Pettigrew, one of the better kickers in the state, that's definitely manageable, and that's how they got their points.
I'll tell you what, that could be a big key later on in this game. I mean, he looked like he could have kicked that thing 50-plus yards on that one kick, so it'll be interesting to see towards the end of the game how he plays into it.
Looking forward to the second half.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
That's Al Harris. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we return to Memorial Stadium, Mitch Robinson, our guy on the sidelines, he has much more. He's going to carry us through halftime. Stick around, everybody. Once again, the score, the Blue Boys of Carthage 8 and the Pirates of Galena 3.
Welcome back. We're at halftime of the Class 1A State Championship with Carthage leading Galena by a score of 8-3. I'm Mitch Robinson. Joining me now is Bob Lanigan, the producer and also reporter for Preps Plus, our high school extravaganza show. And Bob, this is a big weekend for you to be down here. You've seen these teams all year long. Not only in this 1A, but the talent for the rest of the tournament, you think is going to be incredible.
One of the best football tournaments that we've seen, Mitch. And of course, coming out of the new millennium or coming close to millennium, it's a great way to do it. Preps Plus is going all out for this one, too. We brought the entire show down there, of course, with Eric up in the booth calling the 1, 3, and 5A games. He's the host of Preps Plus. And the big game this week will be Mount Carmel Marian Catholic. I'll be handling that. So, yeah, a lot of excitement surrounding this football tournament.
First year that we've had Preps Plus, and talk about the effort that goes into it each week, especially this week. How many hours will it take you for you to edit all this and the post-game and get everything so it's ready to run on Sunday morning?
Well, the clock started ticking right before the kickoff of this 1A game, and we'll work straight through almost till air at 11 a.m. on Sunday. We get a lot of help, but a lot of thanks to Bob Sakamoto from the Tribune who's up in the booth. He helps us out with analyzing the big game and just trying to put it all together because we try to be timely. We try to take the games that have played Saturday night late and have them for you Sunday morning.
Any hints as to who our power bar person can be this week?
Well, I can tell you the girl, Christine Brennan, because you were good enough to go out and talk to her for us this week. The boy, we're going to wait and see who has a big game in the 4, 5, and 6A game and make it as timely as possible.
All right, Bob Lanigan, good luck. Thanks a lot for joining us. And Prep Plus, that is Sunday mornings right here on Fox Sports Net Chicago. Stay with us. Halftime rolls on. When we come back, Eric and Al will recap the first half highlights.
Family fun here at Memorial Stadium. University of Illinois is our venue for state championship football. Class A, we've reached halftime, 8-3, Carthage on top of Galena. Well played first half. Two teams trying to run the football. Two teams succeeding somewhat in running the football.
Yeah, they do. You know, first of all, you have both of these guys. Both teams have great guys. Green, obviously, for Carthage, and you have File there for Galena. Both of them put a lot of pressure on the opposing defenses.
Let's take a look at some of the halftime highlights that we have from the first half. Some scoring. Both teams came on the board twice. This is the first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, Green using his power coming through there, but he's a double threat. He can throw the ball as well. Does a good job there, completing the pass for a touchdown.
Touchdown is 6. The two-point conversion is 2. That made it 8-0. But Galena, they would come back. The only points they score coming off the right foot of Chris Pettigrew, this 30-yarder, just 1 yard shy of the state record. That made it 8-3. That was all the scoring, but we had other highlights.
Yeah, you have File coming in there, making those big plays. He made his presence felt once they scored a touchdown because he got mad to take over the game for Galena for a little bit.
Blocked the punt, put them in scoring position. Looked like they were going to score late, but Galena having a little bit of trouble throwing it up for grabs and a pickoff by Mark Houston, and that basically ended the first half.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem when you're not comfortable throwing the ball, because you're going to get turnovers.
Taking a look at some of the halftime numbers, fairly even. Both teams, one team 6 first downs, Galena with 8. The big discrepancy is passing yards. Carthage yet to complete a pass, while Galena has 52.
Well, Carthage right now, the way Green's running, I mean, he's their long yardage threat, really. I mean, that guy almost averages as much yards running as somebody people catching the ball, so he's doing a good job.
Carthage showing that they don't need to get it done over the air as long as they keep the lead on the ground.
Yeah, it's like you said, Eric, as long as they keep the lead on the ground, they're not going to have a big problem on that. But if they get behind and they haven't thrown a pass, they probably average, what, 2 passes a game? They only threw 25 passes all year. They're going to have a lot of problems.
We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we will have second half action. Once again, Carthage 8 and Galena 3 at halftime. Carthage 8, Galena 3. Our score at halftime. We're getting ready for third quarter play, and Mitch Robinson is standing by with the Galena head coach.
All right, we're here with Coach Cordy of Galena, and Coach, halftime, obviously 8-3, you're right in it, and you were on the doorstep before that turnover. So what do you tell the kids?
Well, basically, we wanted to make a couple changes. Defensively, we've got to stay a little bit lower. They're getting some extra yardage on some of those hard-hitting plays, and if we hit a little bit lower, they aren't going to get that. And offensively, we just have to be a little more consistent. We move the ball pretty well at times, especially with the running game and with the passing game, but we want to be able to run the ball just a little bit more consistently in the second half.
Before the game, you told me you had some butterflies. What did it take, about 2 seconds so those went away?
Well, actually, I think they were pretty well gone by the kickoff.
Great. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you. Eric, Al, back to you.
Thanks, Mitch. Mitch working hard, as usual, down on the sidelines, talking to both coaches, filling us with insights and everything you need to know. Well, Fox Sports Net's exclusive coverage of the IHSA Football Championships continue later this afternoon with the Class 2A game between Stillman Valley and undefeated Macon Meridian. Kickoff is today at 3 o'clock only on Fox Sports Net. And it's not true that you get your own cotton candy if you tune in. You got to make that at home. That's one thing you can't make at home. I don't think you can make cotton candy.
Not me. That's for sure. I'm not a big cotton candy guy. It's sticky for me.
It's a good thing when you're younger. Maybe.
Oh,
yeah. I don't think anyone really loves it past the age of 25. Maybe past the age of 10.
Well, there's a little kid in all of us, so there might be some people.
We are ready to play football. Galena Has that football on a tee. Kicking it off will be the kicker we talked about so often in the first half, Chris Pettigrew.
You know, Eric, the big key here, the start of the first and third quarters tell you a lot about how the game's going to go. So, you know, this is big for Galena to keep Carthage pinned down there early on.
Pettigrew tries the onside kick. Oh, to no avail. Good heads-up play by the up-back for Carthage. Curtis Bisbee definitely keeping his nose in the game at all, his head in the game at all times. Didn't fall for that at all. Al, they tried to catch a little bit of a break right there, get the ball back, and they just didn't catch him napping.
Boy, that was a very, very gutsy call there by Chuck Cordy. I mean, an onside kick off the opening side. I mean, it wasn't like they were behind by a lot.
Looking for any kind of advantage they can, and kind of shoot himself in the foot right there. Curtis Bisbee up to the task. He wasn't heading back trying to block at all. He was right there in case that happened. Initial handoff goes to Wyatt Green. Green tries right in, gets a couple of yards.
Well, I'll tell you what, Galena needs to come up and make a stop here early. They've given Carthage great field position.
Green has shown himself to be a primetime player last year to get to this final game. Rushed for 101 yards in their win to make it to the final game. He's had a solid first half, and now he's trying to keep on keeping on here in the second. Great field position for the Blue Boys of Carthage. That's something that they didn't have in the first half. Hand off to Bisbee. Bisbee straight up the gut. Picks up a handful. It'll be third down and short.
Now here's where you got to watch. This is the guy I'm going to call the magician, Jared Murphy. He handles that ball very well. Who's he going to hand it off to? Is he going to go straight ahead with a fire plug like Bisbee, or is he going to give it to an explosive player like Wyatt Green? So let's watch what Murphy does here. See if he fakes you and I out again on this handoff.
We're calling it 3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line. Handoff goes to Green. Green caught in the backfield, surging forward. He won't get it. He is knocked down at the 45-yard line. A whole caravan of tacklers wrestle him down, and that'll bring up a 4th down decision time.
Well, you had great penetration there by John Rosenthal, 54, coming back there. Just a little counter. And watch the penetration come up there right away. See Rosenthal, 54, come up there, make him turn in right away. That's what you want to do. Turn him back into the host of blue shirts you see right there.
For Rosenthal, that's now 5 tackles on the ball game. We will have a punt. The last time Carthage tried to punt, they had it swatted back in their face. Willie Green drops back, and it's a poor snap, picks it up, and gets it away. This one's going to sail into the end zone. So, fortunately, disaster didn't happen for Carthage. 45-yard punt, 25-yard net. Difficult snap to handle. Willie Green was up to the task.
Yep, definitely was. But see, this is very important for Galena. They really took control here defensively. They needed to do that because they gave up field position, but, you know, they held the charge well.
Believe it or not, in the first half, Carthage, their average starting field position was at their own 22, while Galena's average starting field position was on their 43. But Carthage, the only team to get a touchdown. They did that on that 93-yard touchdown drive. 1st and 10, ball on the 20. Hand off right up the gut. No, I'm sorry, goes around left end and twirling out of bounds is Tom File. Chris Rogers pushes him out of bounds. His 5th tackle of the ball game.
Well, Rogers has been steady on the field. Him and Wyatt Green, they've been keying on File, and they've really, you know, they've kept him under control when he goes to the outside. File is tough when he hits on the inside. That's where he's really been effective so far, at least in this game.
Big stories in the first half. Tom File and Wyatt Green. Both those two runners had strong first halves, and Wyatt Green actually ran over a File on his way to the only touchdown of the ball game. 2nd down and 6. Handoff right up the gut. Tom File picks up a couple of more hard-fought yards. He'll be short of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and short.
And that's what we talked about, Mr. File. His leg drive, his ability to run inside. Although he's a conference champ in 100 meters, he's very strong on the inside. Watch his drive. He just pulls through those tackles. He takes Mr. Robinson there on a ride. Ryan Robinson leads the 3rd and short.
Doesn't look like he hesitates much either. He just hits that hole hard. 3rd down and 1. Ball on the 29. Pitch to File. File on right end. He's got plenty of running room. Uses a stiff arm and gets all the way out to almost the 35. Chris Rogers on the stop.
Well, Rogers did a good job coming up there because that might have went the distance with the speed that File has. Watch File, just a quick pitch, trying to get on the outside there. Nice block by Thole, 41. And Rogers does a good job of holding on there. Otherwise, that could have been a big, big play.
First down and 10. Ball number 35. Getting it done on the ground is Galena. There's the pitch to File. Looks like he wants to throw. Rears back, fires. Has his man down the sideline, but out of bounds. Great catch there by Pettigrew, but they're going to say he was out of bounds at the 40.
You know what? I have to think of something here. Are these Green and File? I mean, are these two players just switching uniforms here? Both of them are throwing the ball as well as running it. But File's not quite as successful as Green was. Leads his Pettigrew out of bounds. But he has pretty good arm for a running back.
Oh, yes. You get a feeling that maybe Tom File is saying to himself, hey, Wyatt, anything you can do, I can do better.
Do a little commercial job there.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball in the 35, just getting started here in the third period of play. 8-3, Carthage on top. Delayed handoff. This time, File goes right up the gut, twirling. Getting 8 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 2, so a good change of pace right there on the delay.
And a good tackle by Curtis Bisbee. Otherwise, that's going for a long distance. I tell you what, one thing about Carthage, they can tackle very well. You notice once they get a hold of you, they don't let go. They're small, but they're very fundamentally sound. Watch this draw play here. Watch Bisbee come up there, 42. Nice wrap up. He grabs, keeps a hold of that waist and brings him down.
Third down and 3 we're calling it. Ball on the 42. They're going to pass. A lot of pressure. Pass completed to File up the middle, and he's going to be just shy of the first down. Good defensive stop right there by a combination of Adam Harrison and Chris Rogers. Rogers all over the field. He now has 8 tackles on the ball game.
Well, see, they tried to set it up with a screen to File, but a lot of times getting a screen, you got to get those guys rushing up in there. He's going to drop back further than normal, just a quick screen across the middle. But Harrison does a great job of reading that play.
Now Pettigrew goes back, and he will let off a punt. The average is 37 yards on a punt. Takes his time right there, and finally nails it down the field. That ball's going to keep rolling. It's going to take a Galena bounce, and eventually will stop at the 19-yard line. They're going to mark it on the 20. Pettigrew gets a nice roll. There is a flag down on the play. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a legal man downfield.
Yeah, Pettigrew held onto that ball extremely long time. That can really throw your timing off covering the punt.
But it's not. It's a holding call on Galena.
Well,
are they going to make him kick it again?
Make a little decision here. I would think I'd make him kick it again. Get a lot better field position.
Looks like there's a discussion on the field. One of the captains for Carthage, Curtis Bisbee, talking it over.
We have holding on a kicking team. Penalties decline. First down.
And I guess maybe they're a little bit weary of what Pettigrew can do.
Yeah.
They don't want to let him get off another kick.
That's true. He does average 36 yards a kick, and, you know, if he catches the wind right, he can sail it.
And he got his average right there and a little bit more. 37 yards on that punt. Ball at the 20-yard line. First and 10 for Carthage. 7:32 remaining in the third period. The Blue Boys of Carthage on top of the Pirates of Galena by a score of 8-3. Under center, the slight quarterback, Jared Murphy. Hands it off to Bisbee. Bisbee using that good power. Gets out to the 27-yard line, maybe the 28. Good first down yard.
Mr. Bisbee also brings a punch to him as well. He's a very physical runner. You saw him carry a bunch of blue shirts with him. And at the end, he's going to greet number 20, Jeff Haskin, and say hello to him and get out of my way, in other words.
Kind of like that, Al. Guys who finish off runs. Second down and 3. Ball on the 27-yard line. Another handoff to Bisbee, and Bisbee, all by himself, will get that first down. It usually takes about 4 or 5 guys to bring him down.
Well, that's what Chuck Corti with Galena talked about, the head coach. He said, Bisbee's the one that kind of gets the offense started. If they get him started, then they can do a lot of other things to their offense. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see Mr. Green come out here and flash probably in this next series here.
Bisbee averaged 6.8 yards per carry on the season. And remember, folks, last year, he was an all-conference offensive guard. Handoff goes once again to Bisbee, his third straight carry. This one straight up the gut. And he'll pick up a couple of more yards, 3, maybe 4.
Well, this is a game like this, you notice, has been very quick because there's a lot of running. There's not much throwing at all. So the game's going along very fast. So this is something that Galena's going to have to keep an eye on. They don't want to get another long, 80-plus yard drive and eat a lot of time off that clock and make it a lot harder for them to come back.
2nd down and 5. Handoff, misdirection right there, going around left end. Nice run by Ryan Robinson. He's finally pushed down close to the first down marker, right around the 40-yard line.
See, that's what happens when you establish that inside game. Then you can do a lot of things on the outside, take advantage of your speed. Obviously, they have the advantage. They're only 180 pounds up front, but they got a lot of quick guys there. Nice ball handling there by Murphy to Robinson. And see, when you get that inside started, you can do some damage on the outside.
Big 3rd down right here. 3rd and 1. Handoff goes to Bisbee, and Bisbee powers forward. Looks like he may have it. Looks like he's getting a generous mark, so I believe he'll have the first down.
Looks like this has been the Curtis Bisbee show here on this drive. Just steady on the inside, just pounding and pounding. And interesting, they're pounding against Galena, a bigger team.
Take a look at some of the sizes of the front linemen for Galena. You got Nick Sproul, 6'3", 209. You got Dean Reddington, 5'11", 254. Joey Belkin, 6'2", 232. So big boy. Here's Wyatt Green. Green tries the middle. Nothing doing there. Didn't even mention Jason Demke at 6 feet, 244.
Yeah.
Decidedly larger offensive lineman than what Carthage has.
Yeah, they do, but Carthage has those quick hitters. They have the traps. They have a lot of misdirection things, so they try to catch those linemen coming across and hit them on the side, and so they get that hole coming back on the inside.
Are you surprised they're having as much success going straight up the middle?
I am. Even though they have those traps and things, I am a bit surprised because you think they'd manhandle Carthage up front.
2nd and 7, they're going to try and pass the ball. Willie Thompson has the ball deflected out of his hands. Good defensive play right there.
By who else? Mr. Pettigrew.
Mr. Pettigrew all over that field.
This guy had 8 interceptions during the season. He is Mr. Everything for them. Punts, defends, runs. Made a great play there.
Carthage now on the ball game. 5 for 8 in 3rd down conversions. Now 3rd and 7 on the 46-yard line. They have a 5-point lead, looking for more. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this quarter. Misdirection right there and stacked right up the gut is Carthage. They're not going anywhere. White Green on the carry. Nowhere near the first down, so you'd imagine this would be a punting situation.
Well, Joey Belkin, the nose guard, did a great job of scraping off there. Number 48. Watch Green will try to look for a cutback. Belkin keeps his lane and stays right there and says, "You're not going anywhere. I got you." And that's what you need. See a swarming group of guys to stop a dangerous runner like Wyatt Green.
So on 4th and 8, Willie Thompson will unload the punt. And the snap goes over his head. That's trouble. Thompson picks it up. And now he's running. But the best he can do is get out of a little bit of trouble, but he's out of bounds at the 33, and that is where Galena will take over the football. So a huge break for the Pirates.
But this is one of the things you can't have. This is like a turnover. I mean, even though they didn't officially block the punt, this is basically a turnover. In their punting game, two times in their punting game, they've had this, and this could be a big difference in the ball game.
They just diverted disaster their last punt on a ball that skipped to Willie Thompson. This one goes over his head, and it may prove costly. Galena will take over on the 33-yard line. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we return, Galena will try and get back in this ball game. They trail by 5, 8-3 in the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. You know, everyone wants to play in a state championship. Meet Brandon Golden, a senior for Galena who has a broken foot, hasn't played in 3 weeks. They say they're going to try to get him in for one play away from the action just so he can say he's played in the state championship. Should be exciting. Eric, Al?
Thanks, Mitch. Well, that thing looks kind of dangerous, Al.
Man, you're talking about commitment.
And don't leg whip anyone with that thing.
Oh, man. Well, they better flank him way out there so no one can touch him.
That's a good sentiment by his coach, Chuck Corey, but first things first, they got a game to win. Ball on the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Hand off the File, lots of running room. He's at the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Flags are down, and the ball comes loose. The ball loose in the end zone, and it's finally recovered by Galena. But hold on, folks, let's see if it holds up. Oh, man. All sorts of excitement on that play, Al.
That looked like one of those plays you'd see in the NFL films. I mean, all kinds of things happen on flags, fumbles. Just a quick draw there to File. Big hole. He explodes through there, but you're going to see who comes in there again. Mr. Green. There's a clip there. And Wyatt Green strips him of the football. But it's going to come back because of that clip.
A clipping call is made, and remember, clipping is called from the spot of the foul. So they will not have to bring it back as far as you may imagine.
You see, you know, in a closely fought game, you can't have penalties. And you're going to see the clip coming up here. Wow, I had a hard time seeing it from that angle, but...
So 1st and 6 now on the 30-yard line. And stop going up the middle is Tom File. File didn't have nearly the hole he had the time before. And Al, just taking a look at what we just saw right there, what should have been a touchdown right there for Galena is taken back off the board, but at least they still have the ball in good field position for the 2nd and 5 now.
That's why you can't make any mistakes in two closely matched teams. You got to make the plays when you have them there.
2nd out of 5, ball in the 29-yard line. Jamie Watson under center. Pitches it this time to File. File with running room again. To the 20, the 15, finally down at the 13-yard line. It takes 2 to bring him down. And he is tackled. 17-yard gain.
Now, Eric, everyone's going to notice that fine run by File, and he did a good job there. But I want you to watch the blocks here by Mike Thole and Pettigrew. Thole, 41 there, comes up there. It makes a nice block. Just gets a hand out there. That's all you need sometimes. Just bring them free.
1st down at 10, ball in the 13-yard line. Watson to File again, around right end. Running room, down to about the 10. Finally converged upon by a whole host of Carthage tacklers.
You notice, although File was stopped on there, you can tell, like, after that first play when he missed that tackle, the great players seem to take over the games, and obviously he's showing his greatness in this game, you know, blocking the punt, running, trying to even throw the ball. I mean, he's a big-time player.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Ball in the 11. 8-3. Carthage on top of Galena with 2 minutes, 19 and change remaining in the 3rd period. Quick handoff to number 27, Pettigrew. Pettigrew close to the 5. Is stopped just short. It'll be 3rd down now.
Pettigrew kind of tunneled his way in there for good field goal position as well, just in case. But obviously he wants that touchdown first. Not a big guy, but strong. Very deceptive strength.
Pettigrew, 5'10", 160 pounds. He's just a junior, so he'll be back to the Pirates next season. 3rd down and 4. So far in this situation, Galena 3 of 8. Back right there is Pettigrew. He will not make it to the 1st down. Good defensive play, hard hitting. You can hear it all the way up here. Mark Jacob laying a hat on, fellas. His 2nd tackle of the game.
Man, watch Ryan Robinson come up here, 26 as well. He's going to really come up and lay the wood. Wow. Now that's how you snap somebody's head back right there. I mean, that is a great hit.
Ryan Robinson making the stop, and that'll keep them just shy of the 1st down, and that means the Pirates of Galena will have to go for the field goal. This is Pettigrew's 2nd attempt of the game. The snap, the hold, and the kick is good. Another picture-perfect kick, and Chris Pettigrew has accounted for all 6 points in the ball game thus far, and with those 2 field goals, he now has set a new Class 1A record for the most field goals made in a game with 2. The previous record had been 1. Trent Gibson of Arcola in 1998 and Scott Klicko of Poplar Grove in 1992. They both had 1, but now with these 2 field goals, Pettigrew is in the record book all by himself.
You can just see this guy has so much leg on him. I mean, he's made 2 field goals today in a pressure situation. The little tough hold there, but he kicked it through with no problem. I'll tell you what, this kid keeps working at it. There's going to be a lot of Division I colleges wanting a kicker like him on their squad.
And now let me tell you some little bit of a tip of the hat to Jamie Watson, his holder. That was not an easy hold right there.
No, it wasn't. A little bit of a low snap. We've seen some low snaps in this game.
Al, let's go back to something we talked about at the beginning of the game. We talked about how special teams may be a factor in a close state championship game. So far, we've seen 2 field goals made by Galena, and we've seen trouble 3 times on punts by Carthage.
Carthage has to beware. I mean, I know it's going to be scary for them each time they punt the football, so they want to control this ball and hopefully not have to punt it again if they can help it.
Carthage has suffered a blocked field goal, or blocked punt, I'm sorry, and a mishandled snap. The kickoff goes down off the hands of the return man, and finally, jumping on top of it is Wyatt Green. So Green saves himself a lot of trouble by covering up that ball on the 22-yard line. Our score with 49 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Carthage 8 and Galena 6. Folks, we got the makings of a barn burner down the stretch right here. We're just getting started.
This is going to be fun. Galena's trying to get the crowd into it a little bit, get them a little noisy. They have some momentum on their side.
Underneath center, Jared Murphy, the senior quarterback, trying to win his final game. Hands off to Curtis Bisbee. Bisbee up the gut this time, not much there.
They had a whole host of guys there led by John Rosenthal coming up there, number 54. And that's what happens when you get some score, you get the momentum going. The defense is a little more excited. Everybody's flying to the ball more. Now it's up to Carthage to take that momentum back on their side.
Scoring drive, 7 plays, 27 yards, 3 minutes, 7 seconds. It all began after the mishandled snap of the punt. Willie Thompson couldn't handle it. They got great field position that led to 3. There's a pitch out right there. Wyatt Green, and Green tries the left side. Eventually forced out of bounds by John Rosenthal. He'll be short. It'll be 3rd down, and a very important 3rd down for Carthage.
Ryan Robinson, number 26, makes a great block here out of the flank for Green. Watch. Actually, that's not Ryan Robinson.
That's 56, Mark Jacob.
Mark Jacob. Yeah, he did a good job on that one. Thought it was Robinson, with seeing the number there.
Jacob just 5'11", 195 pounds as a tackle, and he gets the job done. Big 3rd down right here for James Unruh and his Blue Boys. Going outside is Wyatt Green. He tries a couple of different holes. Did he pick the right one? I'm sorry, that's Bisbee. Did he pick the right one? We'll see.
Looks like he probably has enough there.
That'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter, but we will determine to see where this ball is.
That'd be fun being an offensive lineman. Also, you could be a running back.
Can you imagine that? One day you're an offensive guard all-conference, next day you're running the ball in state finals.
Well, as a kid, I used to dream I was Jim Brown, you know. But unfortunately, he put me on defensive line.
We will have a measurement.
Well, actually, fortunately, I probably would never play in the pros if I was a running back.
And Jim Brown would have been envious of your size, that's for sure.
Oh, boy.
6'5", 250 in your playing days, all muscle. It is a 1st down for Carthage. They will have a 1st down and 10 to go as we begin the 4th quarter. But for now, we'll have to take a quick break. We have done 3 periods of play. The score, Carthage 8, Galena 6. Through 3 periods of play, the Carthage Blue Boys 8, the Galena Pirates 6. They have 12 more minutes to decide the state championship in Class 1A. 1st down at 10. Ball on the 32-yard line for the Blue Boys. Carthage fans enjoying it so far. At a 2-point lead, they want more to add to it.
Ryan Robinson, the ball carrier.
Ryan Robinson tries left end, picks up some yards, and eventually tossed out of bounds. Our stats through 3 periods of play. Passing yards for Carthage, still a big old goose egg, but so far they haven't needed it. They're ahead 8-6. Time of possession about even, and the rushing yards starting to even out as well. 2nd down at 5, on the 37-yard line. Jared Murphy hands the ball up to Wyatt Green. A hole for Green. He's eventually twirled around and dropped close to the 1st down marker. He may have.
Could be interesting to see how they attack now, Eric, because the 3rd quarter are primarily pounding inside with Bisbee. Pounding on the inside. Now on the fourth quarter, maybe the guys, they figure Galena gets a little tired defensively. You send your speed back, Green out on the outside, maybe to pop a big one.
John Rosenthal made that tackle. He now has an even 10 tackles in the ball game. Hand up to Bisbee. Bisbee lunging forward, gets the first down on 3rd and 1. If you got Curtis Bisbee in your backfield, you're doing okay.
Yeah, and he's got some leg drive. I guess from being an offensive lineman last year, he's learned how to push the pile. So he definitely pushed the pile on that one and got him a first down.
Curtis Bisbee began the year as a guard, was moved to fullback after the young offensive line for the Blue Boys really kind of gelled. Still a very young offensive line. They have 4 juniors and a sophomore up front. This time, Ryan Robinson not getting much. He will actually probably even lose yardage. That'll make it 2nd down and long.
Ned met by a host of players in there. See, that's the penetration Galena needs there. Robinson tries to, there is no room up there. Met by, we need a whole bunch of guys there. That's where you gang tackle. You need all the guys you can get to the football.
This is now the 8th play of the drive. 2nd down and 10. Ball just shy of the 45-yard line. 8-6, Carthage on top of Galena. There's a pitch out wide to Wyatt Green, and nothing doing. Beautiful defensive play, and he is dropped for a loss of yardage. Good defensive stop right there. It's just the most important time.
I think that was Nate Schultz there, number 66. Made a fine play on that one. Great penetration.
Nate Schultz, 5'10", 190-pound senior, making an important play, making this 3rd and 13.
I was laughing at Nate's enthusiasm, giving a little muscle pose there, like a wrestling
Carthage 7 to 11 on 3rd down, but this time they will not get enough. Gang tackling right there will drop Curtis Bisbee just past the 45-yard line. This will bring up a 4th and 7.
See, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this happens when you don't have a good passing game. You got to run it. And inside, that's tough to pick up 10 yards running on the inside play.
So they will have to punt, and this has been an adventure thus far for Carthage. Willie Thompson back. The snap is high, and it is blocked again. Oh, no. What is happening to the punt game of Carthage? A block right there, and once again, they will get outstanding field position.
Every single time we've seen it, they've had a punt block, they've had a high snap, they had a low snap, and now they have another punt block 4 times. I mean, you can't keep doing this on the punt team.
What happened here, Al?
Well, it's a high snap there. He gets the ball with the penetration in there. It's hard to see who blocked that one. Foul is in there. But you can't have that happen. It can cost you the championship.
8-6, 9 minutes and change remaining in the 4th period. And Tom File with running room. He's going wide, and he's going to get in for 6. Tom File puts Galena ahead for the first time in the ballgame. Heck of a run right there by File, a 43-yard scamper to pay dirt. Momentum has so much to do in this game of football in Galena. They has it, and they're running with it.
They ran with it all the way on that one, Eric, because, see, that's what happens. You keep breaking down on the special teams. You have 2 evenly matched teams. That can be the difference in the game. Now, you know, if you're Carthage, you don't want to punt anymore because each time it's going to happen. But watch here, Mr. File just exploding through the hole. He's a sprinter. Remember, he was the conference champion. He uses all that speed there as well as the power. Just runs through some arm tackles, and he's gone. No one's going to catch him. Look at him strutting down that sideline. Even Mr. Green tried to come up, but it was too far.
That's now the 28th touchdown in 1999 for Tom File. And none of them any bigger than that one right there.
I tell you what, this guy he has taken over the game. I don't know if he got his hand on that last one. It was hard to see off the angle, but he's just taken over this football game.
Let's now go to the 3rd part of our broadcast team. Mitch Robinson, what do you got, Mitch?
Hey, guys, I don't know if you noticed watching on that last run, but the final block that sprung him down the sidelines by Pettigrew laid out the defensive back on his back, a decleater, if you will. Eric, Al.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, we mentioned that Pettigrew does everything. He kicks, he punts, he catches passes, he plays spectacular defense. And now he's a little bit of a blocker as well.
Yeah, he lets guys lay out on the field a little bit and try to match her size on their back, as Mitch so aptly described. But I tell you what, though, Carthage has to come back. Now they're in trouble. Now that, you know, it's 9 minutes left. You know, they can still drive down, but they can't throw the football, so it's going to cause them some problems.
Now they're going to go for 2 to try and make this a 6-point lead. Watson hands off the File, and this time File bowling towards the end zone will not get there. Gang tackled and stopped just shy of the goal line, so they'll have to settle for 6. It's 12-8, and for the first time in the ball game, Galena can take a little bit of a breath because they have the lead.
Yeah, they can. But, you know, kind of tough to make that many yards running up the middle, especially with a big fella like Dimke running up there. I'm surprised Dimke got the football on that.
So was I. I'm sorry, I misread the number.
I would figure, you know, File would be the guy, but they gave it to Dimke, and you're asking a big 6', 244-pound guy to run that far. That's kind of tough to do.
Let's take a look at this scoring drive that we just saw. And, folks, didn't take very long. One play, 43 yards. Maybe the big play, the key play, was the block punt. They block the punt. They get the momentum. They get on there. Maybe a little bit of a deflation on the side of Carthage. They let their guard down. And the next thing you know, it's 6 for Tom Fine.
I think that's how they scored almost all their points is off of the punt team, the punt miscue. So it could be field goals or anything else. That's
true. They've had 3 miscues with the punting team, and all 3 have led to scores for Galena. We continue. 9 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Class 1A championship, Galena versus Carthage. Galena on top for the first time, 12-8. The kickoff by Pettigrew. Up with it. Wyatt Green. Green tries the middle, still on his feet, finally stopped past the 30-yard line. So Carthage will begin their drive there. For Carthage, this will be their 3rd possession of the second half. I'm sorry, their 4th possession of the second half.
Major possession. You got just under 9 minutes right now. And you say, well, 9 minutes is plenty of time. It would be if you have a passing team, a team that can get the ball down the field throwing the ball, but Carthage is not, so this is a big drive.
Give Wyatt Green a gain of 17 on the return. There's a handoff, and going nowhere is Bisbee. That defense is really becoming stout now late in the ball game for the Galena Pirates.
Oh, yeah, they're getting after it now. Nick Sproul, number 64, had a lot of penetration in there as well as Dean Reddington. Number 73, both of them got in the backfield on that.
Nick Sproul missed all of 1998. He was out with a severe broken leg. He was in a bad car accident. Couldn't play all year long. He improved. He's fine. And his coaching staff says that Nick Sproul of Galena has probably been the most improved player on the defensive side of the ball all season long. There's a fake handoff and a throw wide towards Wyatt Green, and Green can't come up with it. The throw just off his fingertips.
They did the right thing. You got to try to get in Wyatt Green's hand. He's the guy that can stretch the field for you. But like we said before, they probably averaged, it completed 26 passes all year, so that's like 2 a game.
That is 2 a game.
They're not used to throwing the football.
3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down here. Ball in the 33. 4th quarter. 8 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. So far in the ball game, Carthage, 7 of 12 on their 3rd down conversions. This is a very difficult time for them right now. 3rd and 9 is not what they like. They fake the handoff. The flip out. So they're back and nothing doing right there. Gang tackling.
See what Galena's doing right now. They know that Carthage cannot throw the ball down the field. They're just loading up and bringing up, 8-man fronts. And they're just loading up and you can't do anything out there. They have no threat of something deep. So, I mean, when you can do that, you can keep this team pinned. Now, here goes the scary part. Yeah. They have to punt again.
3 times things have gone wrong with the punt game so far for Carthage. 2 blocks and a mishandled snap. This time the snap is through, the punt is off, and it is an absolute bomb. Out of bounds at a 38-yard line of Galena. So no trouble right there. And for the first time in a while, Galena's going to have to start on their side of the field. 35-yard punt for Willie Thompson. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we return, we'll finish up the 4th quarter. 7:30 remaining. Galena on top of Carthage, 12-8. It is chew your fingernails time. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the fourth period. The Class 1A state championship. Carthage trailing 8-12. I'm sorry, 12-8. Galena looking for more right here. They have the football. Jamie Watson under center. Hands it off to his guy, Tom File, and File crunches his way forward for a big gain on first down.
You know, I hate to keep talking about this, the demeanor of File. You can just tell after that opening series when Carthage scored against him, it's just totally changed. I mean, he's just running with a lot of authority and a lot of confidence right now.
Second down and 2 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Carthage, that stout defense, pitched 5 shutouts in the course of the regular season. Looking for answers now. Hand off to File, and File with running room down the left part of the line. Picks up the first down. Tackle made by Curtis Bisbee, his 5th stop of the ball game.
You know what Mr. File has said, Tom File? He said, this is my game. He said, I'm taking over this game. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's just powering through people. Quick hitter up there, just driving his legs, driving through tackles. And right now, he's taking over this game. He's dominated this game at this point.
First down, 10 yards to go. Now on the Carthage side of the 50-yard line. They're on the 49. 49 yards away from another score are the Pirates. Hand off to File. File around the right end. Just a couple of yards right there. Tackle made by Chris Rogers, his 10th stop of the ball game.
Chris Rogers came up there once again big for Carthage, and they need some plays. They need someone to make a play to give them good field position right here. They got to ride around midfield. They don't want to have a long field to go. The clock's winding down, 6:20 right now. So they want to stop them right here. They want to stop them, get them to punt the ball so they don't get pinned too deep.
Al, you mentioned that Tom File just making a statement right now. Wouldn't be surprised if he was a little bit embarrassed. The first half, he was run over on the route to a wide green touchdown. And since that time, he has really stepped up his game both offensively and defensively. 5:58 remaining in the ball game. Another carry for File, and File shifting and weaving through the bodies. Picks up some more yards. It'll be 3rd and about 2, maybe 3.
Look at him. You can see the demeanor in him. He's excited. He knows that this is his game. And they're just saying, hey, give me the ball and I'll take over the game, fellas.
We saw in the first half a lot of times with Mike Thole, the fullback, to get a couple of carries. Chris Pettigrew had a couple of carries, but now it's all File.
I'm giving the ball to File till they stop him. As I'm giving the ball to.
Evenly played game. This is now Galena's 45th play of the game. Carthage has 43. It's a pitch this time to File, and File on 3rd and short. He's going to be gang tackled, and he will not get there. 3rd and 2, and he gets tackled for a loss. Decision time right now for the Galena coaching staff. Chuck Cordy, what's he going to do?
Well, right now I think I would punt the ball. I mean, you're in control right now. Watch Mark Hudson, number 19, come from your right. He's going to come up and force the play. He's going to have 2 blockers on him. Look at that. That was a great play by Hudson. He came up and made a statement. Now, you're talking about a cornerback coming up here, taking on 2 guys and tackling a tough running back like File for no gain. That's an outstanding play.
You are right. Mark Houston, just 165 pounds, taking on 2 guys and making the tackle during a critical time. Chris Pettigrew right now is thinking about punting, you'd imagine, but now he's taking his time and finally lets it rip. Fair catch is called for and made at the 10-yard line. No flags down on the play. Keep wondering about a legal man downfield. 33-yard punt by Pettigrew, and it pins them all the way down to the 9-yard line.
You know, Carthage, I don't understand their punting strategies here. No one is rushing at all. I mean, it's going to be tough to return from there anyway. You should have some guys pressuring the punter, especially Pettigrew did this earlier. He kind of waited and waited. I would make sure I'd send someone right away. Now they're deep in their territory, and they ran off probably about 15 more seconds by him doing that.
This is the second time Carthage has had the ball inside the 10-yard line to begin a drive. The other time, they marched 93 yards for a touchdown. On first down, the carry is by Wyatt Green, and he bangs his way out of that hole. Picks up 8 yards on the play.
Well, they're going to pick up this pace a little bit because they're primarily a running team. They're going to get in a hurry. 4 minutes left. This is going to be the drive.
4 minutes on the nose to play in the ball game. Quick handoff right up the middle. Ryan Robinson knocked down Not before he picks up the first down. First down and 10 for the Blue Boys. And Al, let's face it, they're running out of time right now. They got to go a long way in a short period of time.
Willie Thompson came in there telling them to speed it up. He was saying, hurry up, guys. Let's get in and out of the huddle.
First down and 10. Handoff goes to Bisbee right up the gut. And not much room there at all. For a team that simply doesn't have a passing attack, these types of situations are very nerve-wracking, to say the least.
Oh, yeah. And see, that's the one thing they asked Coach Unruh about this. If you get behind, what are you going to do? You know, and he said that they've made the passes when they need to make them before, so we'll see if that comes to play in this game. But they're playing against, you know, a team that's equal to them. It's going to be a lot tougher now.
Now clock is stopped for a moment. Let's take a look at the rushing yardage for both teams. Both teams getting it done on the ground. We mentioned in the open that we probably thought they were. Galena with a slight advantage. They've now gone over 200 yards in the ball game. Second down, 8 yards to go, ball in the 23. Fake handoff, they're going to try and pass it right here. Good defensive pressure, weaving his way out of it. And a pass all the way downfield to Willie Thompson, and Willie Thompson could go all the way. Oh, he stopped at the 21-yard line. A great tackle down, or else that would have been 6 points right there.
Jared the Magician, the quarterback, I tell you what, he makes a tremendous play. I'm thinking he's going to be sacked. I'm like, oh, no. And he just does a wonderful job here. Watch him buy time. Defender has him there, and he just shook him off, and he throws on the run off the back foot. Perfect throw to Thompson. Catches him right in stride. If Pettigrew doesn't make that tackle, it's a touchdown. And, hey, Coach Unruh was right. They can make the plays that they have to make them, it seems.
A 55-yard gain. Handoff goes to Wyatt Green, and Green not much doing around the right end. That'll bring up second down. 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the ball game. So Willie Thompson, who had come into the ball game and say, hey guys, we need to start hurrying things up. He's the one who teams up with the quarterback, Jared Murphy, to make the big play and a game-saving tackle, truly, by Chris Pettigrew. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 21. Murphy under center. Hands off to Green. Green up the gut. Short of the first down. That'll bring up third down. Tom Files to tackle.
Let me tell you how big that pass play was. Murphy has for the year only 493 yards. That play was 55 right there. So that shows you that that's a rarity that they do this, but you know, as their head coach Jared Unruh, he said, hey, they can make those plays when they have to.
3rd and 4. Ball on the 17. 2:15 remaining. Handoff goes to Ryan Robinson, and Robinson picks up the first down. Tough carry right there by Robinson. A little bit surprised they don't go to their gun. Why Green?
Well, they're doing a good job to keep him off balance. They probably figured that Galena's adjusted for Wyatt Green, so they're getting the ball to other people. You know, you want to keep them balanced.
Now timeout is on the field as it looks like we may have an injury on the field. Time is being called as we have an injured Pirate with his helmet off. We won't speculate as to who that is, what the injury is. Let's recap for you, folks. 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this ball game. The first game of what will be 6 championship games here on Fox Sports Net. Carthage Blue Boys rallying right now. They're 12 yards away from going ahead for the first time in a couple of minutes. Just 2:10 remaining in the ball game. Now let's go down to Mitch Robinson. Mitch, what do you have?
Eric, be sure to stay with us immediately following the game. We'll have post-game with the winning coach and a couple of the winning players. Who knows who it'll be? You know, for a while there we thought it would be Galena, but after that amazing play by Carthage, we could be going to the other sideline. This one's going to be good. The last 2 minutes coming up. Eric?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mitch. Still have a man down for the Galena Pirates.
You can see him. We can't see who it is yet. Obviously, he's covered up by a lot of people, but a lot of pain right now. Dean Reddington.
Dean Reddington, one of the bigger Pirates, 5'11", 254 pounds. He's the only sophomore starter on the defense. He is the man who is down. Hopefully, it is none too serious, but he is a man who has been relied upon all season long to plug the gap right in the middle of the field, and especially this critical point in the season. If he can't finish out the ball game, he will be sorely missed. Dean Reddington, truly one of the bright spots in 1999.
That's not good.
For the Pirates.
I mean, even carrying him off, he's in tremendous pain. You hope he didn't. break a leg like his teammate did earlier in the season. Hopefully it's nothing like that.
Reddington's had a good game so far today. 3 tackles on the afternoon. We're now on the 8th play of this drive. First down and 10. Ball on the 12-yard line. Clock is running. Under center, Jared Murphy. Hands off to Curtis Bisbee, and Bisbee bangs his way forward, picks up a handful. Under 2 minutes to play.
Boy, oh boy, it's going to come right down to the end here. This is what high school football is all about. This is what state championships all about. The two best teams going toe-to-toe, slugging and throwing their best shots at one another.
Field goal does them no good. They need a touchdown. Jared Murphy, 2nd and 6. Hands off to Robinson. Robinson around left end. Tackled. Short of the 5-yard line. That'll bring up a crucial 3rd down. Matt Winan makes the stop, his 4th tackle of the ball game.
Well, obviously, folks, this is 4-down territory. As Eric shared earlier, I mean, they're not going to go for the field goal. So they got 2 downs to get it to the 2-yard line.
And they want to talk it over, that's for sure. A timeout is called for by Galena. Maybe they want to talk things over. Probably they want to save a little time on the clock just in case Carthage is able to put it in the end zone.
Now, this shows you about high school football, the emotion. You know, earlier you saw Galena with their hands up, and they're getting the crowd into it, and all of a sudden this big 55-yard play, and all of a sudden you can see their heads kind of like, you know, not the same demeanor as it is before, and it shows you the swing of emotions in high school football.
Mitch Robinson, what do you got for us?
Eric, on the sidelines with Dean Reddington taking a look at him, he says hurt his ankle might have popped a bit. They are cutting the tape off it in a lot of pain. Definitely a sprain, a twist, but not sure how serious. They're going to work on it. I doubt in the minute 14 we have left, he'll be back on the field. Back to you.
Ooh, looks like a whole heck of a lot of pain.
Man.
Good job, Mitch. Thanks a lot. So Dean Reddington probably won't be around to play the final minute 14 in this ball game.
You know, I've had a sprained ankle before, but I wasn't in that kind of pain. That must be a pretty serious injury right there.
3rd down and 3. Carthage in the ball game is 8 for 14 on 3rd downs. And this is basically 2-down territory, 4-down territory. They had 2 more downs to get that 1st down. 3rd and 3 on the 5. The handoff goes. And a touchdown is scored. Curtis Bisbee on the touchdown run. Bisbee from 5 yards out puts Carthage on top by a score of 14-12. The deception once again the key. Bisbee gets the handoff, and he's able to rumble in before he even figured out he had the football.
You know, here is a team with a small front line, and they just power right up the middle. And Bisbee has that leg drive. Now watch the line. Nice block there by John Fink, blowing a hole up there. Bisbee just powering his way through.
Oh, and Tom File met him at the goal line. Looked like he was going to turn him back, but able to just kind of nudge the football over the end line is Bisbee. With 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining in the ball game, Carthage has the lead once again, 14-12. And this is a very, very important conversion, whether or not they kick the field goal or go for 2, because it's only a 2-point advantage right now for Carthage.
I think I'd kick the extra point because, you know, they got a great field goal kicker there.
Chris Pettigrew for Galena.
For Galena. So I think I'd at least get, you know, you don't want to get, you know, a 2-point conversion. That guy has great range, and the wind is going his direction. So I think I'm kicking the extra point, and if he ties it, he ties it. I'm going overtime with him. I'm not going to let him beat me on that. The other thing you have to think about with Galena, too, remember they went for the 2-point conversion earlier, and they missed it. So, you know, you're talking about, you know, only a 2-point difference there. So, you know, it shows you sometimes when, you know, you take chances, it could possibly help you or hurt you. And, you know, we have to look into that a little bit. Because you think about it right now, it would be 13-12 because Pettigrew's automatic. You know he can make this extra point. So even if the team goes for a 2-point conversion, you're still a field goal away from tying it.
Very big point out. You are right. 2-point ball game, and they're going to go for 2. The only other touchdown they scored so far today, they went for 2, so maybe not a lot of confidence in that kicking game. And now they want timeouts as Carthage. Minute 10 remaining. They want to talk it over. This is a very important conversion. If they can get it in there and get the 2 points, they're up by 4. And that means that Galena would have to go all the way in and score a touchdown to move ahead with just 70 seconds remaining.
Boy, I tell you what, this is either a tremendous amount of confidence in your offense or no confidence at all in your kicking game. Because this is very dangerous. If you miss this with a great kicker like Pettigrew is, they get in field goal range. You know, you got a guy like Fowl who almost returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. You know, you get him going and taking over the game, hey.
And now look at that wind right now. That big flag is blowing directly behind the back of where Galena will be heading towards. That's directly behind the goalpost for which Galena would be kicking a field goal if need be.
And that thing is blowing straight, so you can see where Pettigrew would be kicking from. If you get anywhere close, that could be the difference in the game.
So a huge, huge two-point conversion being attempted by the Carthage Blue Boys. They're up 14-12. Time does not run off during the conversion. Jared Murphy under center. Hands it off to Bisbee, and Bisbee flips it up.
What was that?
What did we just see? He looked like he was stopped in the middle of the backfield, and he flipped it up somehow, and Willie Thompson caught it, and they're going to give him 2.
Wow, there's going to be some discussion about that one.
Oh, maybe not. Galena, they seem to be erupting right now, and maybe they will call that one off. I've never seen anything like that before in my life, Al.
I think they try to take off the old Raiders, Dave Casper type of deal. He gets stopped here, and they stop this progression. As you can see here, and all of a sudden he just flips it over his head.
They're calling it a forward lateral, which of course is not legal at any level of football, and that is why that will not count. So instead of kind of a miraculous two-point conversion, you got to credit Bisbee. He tried to get away with something, and he almost did.
Willie Thompson's standing there waiting for it. Was that a planned play, or was he happened just to be there?
He was right there.
We have an illegal forward pass beyond the line of scrimmage. The point is no good.
So there you get the ruling. It's 14-12.
This might come back and haunt him. I'm telling you. If you got a kicker like Pettigrew, and they get in his range, and the wind behind him like this.
Pettigrew has already set a Class 1A state final record. As we see Gene Reddington being carted off the field right now. Pettigrew with a third field goal would not only enhance his record, but he would also have a victory probably wrapped up for the Galena Pirates. 14-12 is the score. Carthage on top of Galena. 70 seconds remaining. That's the man we're talking about. Chris Pettigrew, one of the better legs you're going to find in the entire state of Illinois. He's just looking for an opportunity.
I'm telling you what, if I'm kicking this ball, I'm kicking it nowhere near Tom Fowl. There is no way. If I have to squib it, if I have to kick it away out of bounds, I am not kicking it to that guy because he's going to make the play. We've seen before him take over the game. I would not get it nowhere near him.
Tom Fowl has had a wonderful game, both defensively and on the ground offensively. There he is back there awaiting the kickoff of Willie Thompson.
And remember, Carthage has had problems with their special teams all game long. They almost had a kickoff return broke for a touchdown by Fowl in the opening play. So anything could happen here.
Very important that Carthage gets a strong kickoff, or at least a kickoff that's in a convenient place on the field so they don't get a good return. Does Galena.
I think I would anticipate a squib kick. I don't think they want to get this thing, or if you're going to kick it like a pooch kick, like just pop it up in the air and make them fair catch it. I don't think I'd drive it down there.
Now the ball falls off the tee, and it looks like we will need help to make sure that ball stays where it is. Cole Craig will come over and hold the football for Willie Thompson. The kickoff. Loop down there to one of the up-backs. That's Pettigrew himself. Pettigrew trying to give himself yardage on his kick, on his possible field goal attempt. Steps out of bounds. Looked like he stepped out of bounds close to the 42, but he's not being marked out until about the 50. Let's take a closer look at that. A 27-yard return is being credited to Pettigrew, and that's just what he wanted.
Well, Pettigrew said, I got to get the ball where I can kick it, so give me the ball. Looks like a punt return, setting up a wall left there. He has the blockers, and he just about pops this for the distance. We talked about Carthage having a problem all day on their special teams, and it shows up once again on this kickoff return.
Good call by the officials. He didn't step out of bounds until he got all the way to the 49-yard line. They're calling it the 50. Underneath center is Jamie Watson. Watson, back to pass, looking downfield, pressure. Pass is complete. Great catch right there. Beautiful catch by Matt Weenan. And Weenan gets the ball down to the 35, and they're almost in field goal range.
What a catch by Matt Weenan. Watson gets hit from behind, and it causes the ball to spike down a little bit. But a great catch. Look at that. All hands.
Willie Thompson on the pressure, just missed on the sack. 1st and 10 from the 33. They're going to pass again. Rolling right is Watson. Watson looking. Almost intercepted, threw that ball into a tough crowd of players. He get lucky right there.
I'm telling you what, I don't think I'd want the ball in Watson's hands too much here. I mean, I know he's had 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, but he kind of gets you a little nervous if you're Galena when he's throwing the ball right now. I don't think he's used to dropping back steadily and doing this. They have time. It's 40 seconds to see, but they have one timeout left. But they're getting close to being in that range right now.
Right now, it would be probably a 50-yarder from where they are. 2nd and 10. Here's a backwards pass out to Pettigrew. Pettigrew running room down the right sideline, pushed out of bounds inside the 30. Pettigrew pushed out by Shea Redenius.
Now they're getting close in range now.
Ball on the 29. Get on about 10 yards in the end zone and 6 or 7 yards for the placement. Right here, we're looking at about a 45-yarder. We mentioned that his long on the year was 43.
And he has the wind behind him, remember.
A lot of wind. 3rd down and 6. Ball on the 29. 14-12. Carthage on top of Galena. 36 seconds remain. Watson. Draw play. Up the gut. Files not going to get there. Great stop by Curtis Bisbee. And Chris Rogers, the 2 linebackers, converge, and it's going to be 4th and 5. What are they going to do? They're going to call timeout and think about it.
Wow.
Do they dare go for the field goal?
Wow. 19 seconds left. I think you have no timeouts left. You have to kick the field goal. There's no other play. What else can you do? You know, if you don't make it, you don't give yourself a chance to win. At least you give yourself a chance to win the ball game. You got the best kicker in the state here. You put it in his hands. He has a win behind it. A strong win. As we saw earlier, looking at the flags, a very strong win behind him.
Mitch Robinson, what do you got for us?
Well, Eric, and now the state record in a state title game for 1A is a 31-yard field goal by Scott Klicko of North Boone. The overall record for the state title game, a 43-yarder. Now, in practice in DeKalb at NIU earlier this week, Pettigrew hit a 50-yarder. He's got the wind behind his back, like you said. They are in range, definitely. Back to you guys.
Well, they're still not tipping their hand. Pettigrew is out there. Looks like he's trying to set things up. Yes, they are going to attempt the field goal.
This other thing you have to remember, Carthage jumped earlier in the game to get Galena to jump off sides. So look at them doing that again to see if they can draw those linemen off sides to disrupt them, maybe make it a little further. So they have to hold their water. You know, I'm talking about Galena holding it in for those offensive linemen. Don't jump out.
19 seconds remain. The ball will be spotted on the 35, so this will be a 45-yard field goal. A career high if he can make it. Chris Pettigrew.
Oh,
Someone flinched on the offensive line. Oh, and that's going to send him back 5 more yards, and Pettigrew, well, this may be out of his range now.
Nah, he said, I got it. You see that guy? He was pounding his chest and I got it. That's the very thing we talked about. The offensive lineman, why are you jumping? Why are you jumping? There's no need. Let the guy come to you. He can jump all day. Don't you jump. Now you put it 5 yards further. Now you're really put your kicker in a tough position.
Now Carthage wants a timeout. Neither team has a timeout remaining. You'd imagine this timeout is simply to ice Pettigrew.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. This is the very thing we talked about. Carthage did that earlier in the game. He should have been thinking about that. You know, everybody held the water, and you saw him jumping and flinching and flinching. You don't need to fire out on a field goal. Let the guys come to you. They can flinch all they want to. They have to come.
Now let's set this scene one more time. It's 14-12. Carthage, they won the state championship in single A last year. They're the defending champions. 14-12, they're on top right now. A 50-yard field goal is being set up by Chris Pettigrew. If he makes it, well, then the Pirates will go ahead 15-14 with just 15 seconds, whatever. Less than 19 seconds remaining.
Now watch the left side of the line here. Just a flinch there. There's no need to do that. Let them come to you.
Trouble on the line. Makes this a 50-yard field goal. Needless to say, this would set a new Class A state championship record for field goal distance. Chris Pettigrew, a perfect 2 for 2 on the day.
And smart on Carthage also to try to ice the kicker. You know, calling a field goal here. They're trying to do everything they can.
Snap's good. The hold. The kick is not going to be nearly far enough. It's going to come up shy. Did someone get a hand on it? Whatever the case, the folks from Carthage are absolutely beside themselves. They are thrilled. 13 seconds remain, and now all they need to do is down the ball once, and that'll be the championship.
I tell you what, when you get two good teams like this together, little mistakes can be the difference in the game. We saw Carthage let Galena back in the game by their constant breakdowns in special teams. And at the end, Galena special teams breaks down, and they jump off sides. And then you give Carthage a chance to freeze your kicker as well.
13 seconds remaining. All Carthage needs to do is just down the football one time. They do that. The ball is tossed to the referee. And, folks, the Carthage Blue Boys have defended what was theirs. For the second straight year, they're the Class A state championship.
What a great game. What a great game. This game was, no one knew who was going to win to the very last second. That's what it's all about.
We talked before, earlier this week, we talked about special teams being the key to these championship games quite often. And this game, the first game we saw to the 6th we're going to see over the next couple of days. Standard issue.
Oh, my gosh. If all the rest of them like this, stay tuned because this is so much fun.
Mitch Robinson is in front of a happy mob. Mitch, what do you got?
Eric, that's right. Be sure to stay with us, everyone. Right in a few moments, we'll be talking with the winning coach and a couple of his players, the back-to-back state champion, Carthage Blue Boys. Eric, Al?
Thanks, Mitch. Looks like it's a lot of fun down there, particularly for the Carthage players, but their fans are having a good time as well. They're being very orderly, though. They're still remaining in the stands. They know how to do this. This is old hat for them. 2 consecutive years.
Two evenly matched teams. There's Coach Unruh there. He got soaked. He better get in under a heat lamp after this game because I know he's cold with that wind blowing on him with the water. But right now he probably doesn't feel it. He's just so excited for his kids.
That is now the 3rd state championship by Coach Unruh. 1995, 1998, and 1999. The final score here in the Class A championship. Carthage 14 and Galena 12. Stick around, everybody.
When are we on? Welcome back, and here we are. It's a 14-12 Carthage Blue Boy State Championship win, the back-to-back championship. And joining me now, Jared Murphy, the quarterback of the team. And Jared, first, let's talk. You guys hardly throw the ball all season long. Fourth quarter, probably the last drive of the day, you elude a great defensive play, and then you get that pass off.
Yeah, we work a lot on passing in practice every week, every day, and they always have people, they send the linemen at me every day in practice, and I always have to find a way to get around them and still make the pass, and the coach is working real well on that.
You saw that ball get away, not the prettiest, but when you saw your receiver catch it, how'd you feel?
Oh, I felt great. I thought I was going to get a touchdown, and I just chased after him down the field to thank him.
Back-to-back titles, not too bad, huh?
Not too bad at all.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. Wyatt, come on in here a second. And also the Bulldog, the workhorse of the day, Wyatt Green. And Wyatt, they gave you the ball a lot today. It looked like you really got turned on toward the end of the first quarter and started really making the chains move.
Yeah, the first half I kind of had my way with the defense. And but they kind of hunkered down in the second half. They kind of shut me down a little bit. Big take to that. Murph made a heck of a pass, and we pulled it out.
Is this one any sweeter than last year's?
Oh, I don't know. They're both kind of comebacks. We were up, and then we got down, and we came back and won it, but they're both sweet.
All right, Wyatt Green, congratulations. Thank you. Eric, Al?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mitch. Well, for the third time since 1995, a state championship is going to go back to Carthage. They won it in 95 with a perfect 14-0 season, and 2 consecutive 14-0 seasons, so 28 consecutive wins over the past 2 seasons, both times capped by a state championship of Carthage.
Well, you know, it's part of being a winner. I mean, James Unruh, he's done a great job. I mean, he's, what, 28-0 now the past couple of years? So, I mean, they've really came on strong. You're talking about a team that's limited, you know, really didn't have a passing game, and they came and made the big plays when they had to.
Talk about the one pass play that they completed in the second half. 55 yards to Willie Thompson. Did you think they had it in them?
You know, I was really questioning because, you know, Coach was talking about that earlier. You know, he said, hey, we don't really make a lot of pass plays, but when we have to make them, we make them. And he did, and he did a good job. You know, I mean, it was a great play by Murphy. I mean, he was a magician back there.
They're almost lucky that they're not playing another game because they got exposed to a certain extent with their special teams play.
Oh,
the punt game was almost cost them this game today.
Well, you see that happen a lot of times with teams. You see that happen that, you know, when you have 2 evenly matched teams, a lot of times people say, okay, you have to make a play on the special teams. This is a punt block, punt return, kick return, any of those sort of things. That can be the difference in the game because you talk about field position because 2 evenly matched teams are not going to let you drive 80 yards on them all the time, and that's what happened in this game.
Al, we're taking a look at some really bad haircuts here, and there actually is a reason for that. As the Blue Boys go into the playoffs every year, what they do is they have a theme, and they do something with their hair. So a lot of guys have smiley faces in the back of their hair. A lot of the guys have mohawks, and believe it or not, they say that builds unity. So,
well,
so be it. They're not happy in their homes probably, but it helps win football games.
All I can say is I'm glad we're not in the 70s. Imagine what their hair would look like. Oh, my gosh. State champions.
2 years running for the Carthage Blue Boys. Carthage, 30 miles west of Macomb, about 3.5 hours drive from here. They had a good group of fans come all the way down and see this ball game. They got used to playing on turf yesterday. They stopped over at Hancock Stadium where they won their state championship last year on the campus of Illinois State. They practiced there to get used to the turf. They kind of get used to their surroundings. There's the smiley face in the back of Curtis Bisbee's head. And today it really showed off. They used their speed game to a certain extent, and they were comfortable on the turf, and this is how they got things started.
Well, you know, here you see Bisbee. This guy has been the guy that's carried the load for him in the second half. Green in the first half, he just powers his way through there, bullying people in. At the end, going over the best player for Galena, Tom Fire.
Yeah, a lot of times when you think about football games being played out with running games being exploited, a lot of times you see guys, coaches use their strong runner, their powerful runner in the first half to try and wear down the defense, and then use their scat back or their speed back in the second half. Well, this time, the Blue Boys did it flip-flop.
Yeah, they did. It was a great coaching job by their coaching staff. What they did is in the first half, you said they stretched the defense a bit. But remember what we talked about, Chuck Cordy worried about was Bisbee. He said that guy really establishes their game. And when he runs very effectively on the inside, they can do other things. You know, they went to Robinson on that flanker reverse a lot of times off that wing T in the second half. He was very effective as well.
Now standing by with the Carthage head coach, James Unruh, is our man, Mitch Robinson. Mitch, what do you have?
Thanks, Eric. And, Coach, you just said it ain't better. 2 years, what 2 games you guys have played in state finals?
Exactly, you know. If we had to draw up any better finish last year to win a state championship, I don't know if we could do it, but I tell you what, I don't know how we ended up winning this game in a lot of ways. We just, you know, we scored right away early in the game, and then their defense was just great. How we got Willie Thompson open there at the end, and Jared Murphy threw one of the ugliest balls I think I've ever seen, and, you know.
I was going to say, you throw it probably out of necessity, but when you see the defensive lineman bearing down on him, he makes that move. Did you know he had it in him?
Heck no, I'm just glad he did. You know, I was actually yelling, get it out of bounds, you know, get out of bounds, you know, and all of a sudden he throws it. I look down there, and Willie Thompson, you know, was wide open. I'm saying, hold on, please hold on. And, you know, our touchdown play at the end of the game, though, we had, I don't remember what it was, the 3rd and 4, you know, for the touchdown, and I went out there and I called about 5 different plays before Curtis Bisbee finally just said, give me the ball. And, you know, anytime a player says, give me the ball, and he's Curtis Bisbee, his senior year, and he wants it, you give it to him. You let it run on his shoulders.
I asked you this last year. How long do you start thinking about now the 3rd trip down?
Well, I'll at least wait till tomorrow. You know, I know a lot of our junior players this year. You know, we had so many juniors starting this year for us and a couple sophomores. you know, we're going to be very good next year. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, we're going to enjoy this one, you know, for many, many months to come.
And there's always enough room for another trophy in the case, right?
Well, we'll always try for that. It's always a goal here at Carthage.
Thanks a lot. Congratulations, Coach. Two-time state champion.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Eric, Al, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Mitch. Well, that's just one championship game out of 6 we'll have here on Fox Sports Net. Al, are they always this much fun?
I've done some games here, and they've been close like this, so hopefully we keep getting this. I mean, but whenever you play in the championships, you have 2 evenly matched teams. It's going to be close, and you'll see things like that. Field position will play a big key. Special teams will as well.
Al, look forward to many more games. We have 2 more games yet to go today.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Keep your eye out.
We're going to say goodbye right now, folks. Once again, the Carthage Blue Boys victorious by a score of 14-12. For Al Harris, Mitch Robinson, and everyone here in Champaign, I'm Eric Collins saying so long. Till next time, come back at 3 o'clock today when Stillman Valley takes on Macon Meridian in the Class 2A championship game. Once again, one final time, your 1999 Class A football champions are the Blue Boys of Carthage, defeating Galena by a score of 14-12. The proceeding has been a presentation of Fox Sports Net and Intersport Television. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we won't return, but the Pat Kennedy Show will be seen. Join in progress. Stick around, everybody.